Hello. Welcome to the Veteran Gamers Podcast. We're just currently waiting for Eric Piotrowski to get back from wherever the fuck he is. And we'll be with you very shortly after that. I hope you're having a good Sunday. I know I am. And all the better for being here on the Veteran Gamers Podcast. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. We got Antonio in the chat. Derek Sainz. Thanks for joining us. Oh yeah, that was Elevator Music by Elevator Music. This track is called Beautiful. Thanks so much for your patience. Word on the street is the podcast should start shortly. Oh yeah. I hope you've been playing many video games. Keeping those thumbs busy. Or fingers for the PC game. What up, Clay TM? Mellow time. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Keep those thumbs busy. Play those video games. Play, 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 play. Just a little insight. Going to be talking about Resident Evil 2 Remake. I'm playing the second run of that. Also, tried out the Apex Legends thing. All the kids have been talking about. I've got some interesting things to say about that too. All coming up on the show, whenever the fuck we start. I don't know how long I can keep this facade, but thanks for joining us. I'm fucking up the volume now. Here we go. This one's good. Oh yeah. Very sexual, isn't it? This is sexy music. that you put on for sexy time. People tuning in. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's been ruined by the Skype call. Okay, the show is started.
Get it? What's happening?
Yeah, get it.
Get it? What's
Get it.
happening? Get it?
Oh my god. Dear me. Dearie
Gross.
me.
You writing a letter to yourself?
Dear me. You
Yeah,
are
I like
stop
it.
being so awesome.
Why would you stop being awesome?
Everything is awesome.
Yes.
Can we please start
Everything
the
is
show?
awesome. Because everything is awesome.
Stu, I've talked to you about trying to be funny.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm singing. I like singing.
Well,
So you know what? You can,
You can
fuck
sing
off.
all you want when there's no microphone
Exactly.
in your face.
I like singing with a microphone because it makes me feel like a pop star.
Uh-huh. How about
Exactly.
that?
ding.
Like a top rapper. Except I'm not rapping.
Cool.
I'm singing very badly.
I'm getting bored.
Shut up. Are we ready to start?
I think.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Go.
Huh.
What do I look like?
Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Jimmy, and the fellas will tell you about every single game. Whether it's news, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
The ball is destroyed! It works at so many levels!
It's the veteran gamers.
Yeah, I guess
Maybe
you're
not,
right.
but-
Who cares?
Yeah, boy.
Boy, I really hope somebody got fired for that one.
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
You are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
Hello and welcome to episode 475 of the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Yeah, 725, and we're coming at you with all guns blazing. I'm Duke.
I'm Stu,
And I'm Chinny.
and we just went into the future by about 5 years.
Oh, yeah, we're in the future. Check out
Oh,
these
yeah.
hover cars, man. Look at these shoes. I put them on, and they lace themselves up automatically.
Why are we in the future?
Because
Because I
Duke
need
said
the sports
725.
almanac. Now I have the sports almanac, and I can get rich and evil and powerful.
Why
Yeah.
are we in the future?
Because Duke said 725 instead of
Oh.
475 for some weird reason better known to himself.
Because I wasn't paying attention when you said the actual numbers.
Yeah,
So you thought we did
475.
700 episodes of this shit?
It
We're
does
the video game
725. Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
we're a video game podcast. We are not military veterans. We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle, people.
Correct, and we
We
have a
are.
podcast that you can download and on your phone and all that stuff. But we
Chances
also,
are you already have.
yeah, you're probably doing that. But we're also streaming live on YouTube and Twitch.
Ah.
We stream live every Sunday at 9 p.m. GMT, and we try to stream a video game live every Thursday at 7 p.m.
Just,
But
just shut up, all right.
this week it didn't really happen very well.
Anyway, we'll come to that in a minute because I've got a whole bigger story to tell you.
God, it's not that
Oh,
interesting. of a story.
sweet.
And it's video game related.
Oh, but it's not story time. It's announcements time.
Oh, it is. Let's do some announcements.
The announcement is we've got to remind people that the Arcade Club meetup is happening. Okay,
Oh, It's a comp, people. It's on the way.
it's happening. 13th of
Do you want to
April-
hang out with us? And by us, I mean them, Stu and Chinny.
Yeah,
The
not
13th
you.
of April is going to be the day that we're all going to get together and chill out, play video games and stuff. So the way you go, hey,
Indeed.
if you're listening to this thinking, you know what, I think I want to go. Well, you can. You go on Facebook, facebook.com, and then you type into the search thing at the top, Veteran Gamers, and then you look for the black and white logo, then you find that logo, and then you find the event on the page, which should be pinned at the top, and then you go, I'm into this, I'm going to go, and then you click attend, and then you're in, and then you let us know if you want to go for the meal afterwards. Do it.
Yeah. So get your asses over there and fucking sign up right now.
Sign up. Right, so that's the announcements
Right
done.
now. Yeah. And I've got a story. Hell of a story.
Hi.
My favorite time. It's story time.
Story time.
When Stu has a hell of a story, you know it's going to be better than his average story, but still
Is-
pretty shit.
No, it's a fucking good story. You're gonna love this. You're
We'll
gonna
be the
love
judges
the
of
fucking
that.
story. Right, here we go.
All right.
So on Friday, I did something very stupid because,
Opposed to every other Friday.
well, yes, but yeah, I don't do this every Friday, to be fair.
Oh, okay.
So I came in the house, been done some shopping, and forgot to lock the car, which is always a bad idea.
Yeah.
And
Did your
when I
car
got
get
up,
broken into?
did the what to what?
Did your car get broken into?
Well, that's what I'm coming to. So if you give me a chance, I'll tell you the story.
Spoilers.
What?
Now,
What
Don't
is
know.
so wrong with saying yes or no in response to
'Cause
my
he's got-
question?
because you're about to
Dude.
find out.
Because
No,
he's
I'm
got
not
this
making a point
whole.
about it. You interrupted the
Dude.
flow.
I'm building
Dude.
suspense, and you're
Dude.
spoiling the suspense.
building suspense about the fact your car got broken into when you
Dude.
clearly
There's
alluded.
more to the story
Dude.
if you let me get on with the story.
He's
Ah.
been practicing this in the mirror
Uh,
for fucking
fucking
hours.
Hell's sake. So, I'll calm down and I'll tell you the rest of the story.
Yeah, tell me
So
the
I gets up in the morning, right? Goes to get in the car, and all the shit out of my glove box is all over the front seat, right? So I'm like, what the
Oh.
what?
Oh no.
What is going on? So I'm looking, thinking, you know, when your mind can't quite work out what's going on, I'm like, why is all the stuff out of my glove box on the seat? That doesn't make
Every
sense.
week
What?
on Sunday afternoons, basically, yeah.
So I opens the door, obviously realise at that point the penny drops that some fucker's been in my car that night.
Are you in your mum's car?
So now I'm going through, my sunglasses are still there, stuff's still there, and I'm like, oh, I don't think they've actually nicked anything because there's probably not a lot worth nicking. Then realised I'd left my quite nice winter coat on the back seat of the car, which was missing. Right, so I'm like,
Then realised that the car wasn't there, and they're like, "Oh, they stole the car."
so then I thought, right, it's quite a bulky coat. It's
Right.
quite a bulky coat. So I thought they may have taken it and then thought, fuck this, I'm not carrying this shit around with me, and got rid of it. So I thought I'll go and have a look around the local bushes, you know, which is always a bad idea. Which is always a bad idea, looking in the
Right.
bushes, to see if they discarded it. So as I'm rummaging through the bushes, the weirdest thing, there's a PS4 leant up against a bush. Right, PlayStation 4, right? So I'm like,
Okay.
what the what?
Was there a copy of Deadly Premonition next to it?
No, there wasn't. No, there wasn't. But there was nothing else. Just this PS4 just leant up against the trunk of a bush, right? So I'm like, well, that's a bit weird. So I picked it up, brought it home, you know, as you do. It wasn't very wet, right? Although it'd been pissing it down all night. I'm thinking this isn't gonna work. It's not gonna work, is it? So plugged it all in, set it all up, and lo and behold, it was working, right? Fully working. So then became huge detective thing, because obviously this is presumably stolen by the same idiots who'd been in my car, but who does it belong to? Who does it belong to? So anyway, so long story short, went through all the stuff, went into his account settings, found his email address, bless him, emailed him, and he emailed me back this morning, and I took it round. He literally lived like one street away, and they'd obviously been.
Wow.
But the
What if that's the guy who broke into your car, though?
no, because this is
Maybe he was just bringing the
there's
PS4
more
to
to the
his
jacket, by the
house.
way, as well. There's more to the jacket
May-
story.
yeah, but maybe when he goes robbing cars, he always takes his lucky PS4 with him.
Or maybe
Maybe
he
he
was just at Nate's house playing some co-op couch, and then he's on his way home. He's like, "Oh, I think I'll nick some stuff from this car. Put my PS4 down for a second, and then he forgets it, and then he gets home. He's like, "Ah, shit, I can't go back."
It is probably more likely that it was stolen. To be
And
fair.
then the guy,
Well,
and then he
I'll
gets an
come to
email
that.
from
You get- let me go.
Stuber. I got your PS4 here. I hope you enjoy the coat.
Okay.
So anyway, so I emailed the poor dude. Funnily enough, guess what games he had on his console?
Fucking
He only
Deadly
had
Premonition.
4. No, he had 4 games on it.
FIFA.
Was it? Yeah, FIFA. Yeah,
Call of
actually,
Duty.
no, there were 3 versions of FIFA on it.
Call of
Those
Duty.
kinds of game or
Which
those
one?
games?
One though.
Black Ops 3.
No,
World
he
War
didn't.
2.
He had World War 2. He had another Call of Duty game on there as well.
Black Ops 4.
Oh, no, a remastered version.
Oh, Call of Duty 4 remastered.
Yeah, he had that on there. And what else? What else do you think he had on there?
Spider-Man,
No,
God of War,
it's another football game. There's a clue.
Pro
Pro
Evolution.
Evo Soccer.
He had Pro Evo. So
Hey, I got
Legend.
Hey, what are the chances?
that's all he had on his games list.
He is that the guy. Every time we say FIFA, that's
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
That's
What you
the guy.
imagine.
To be that
What's EDL? Like, did you speak to a real live skinhead?
No, that's what I was expecting. That's what I thought was gonna
But
happen.
instead, he said, "Oh, thank you very much. Just put it down next to the complete works of William
He did.
Shakespeare."
So anyway, right, so
Would you like
so
a scone?
So I carried. So anyway, he told me where he lived, then via email, and then I texted him. He sent me his number.
He comes to the door, he's wearing Stu's coat. He's like, "Oh, thank you."
What up,
No,
motherfucker?
the goat. There's more to the goat story. So anyway, I go,
This is
Let's
just
play
a
guessing game
subplot.
with his
God's
PS4.
sake. So I goes round to his house, bless him.
Yes.
And whether he'd left his patio doors open at the back, or whether they were open anyway, or whether they'd broken in, I'm not entirely sure. But they'd been in his
Or whether
house,
he was squatting in that place.
ransacked all his downstairs. His wife had been crying since the night before all day because she was so upset about people had been ransacking her house. And they stole her car as well. So they
Oh,
took the
God.
keys from inside and nicked her car.
Proper took their you just lost a coat. This dude lost
Yeah.
his PS.
Well-
Well, he almost lost his PS4, but then a good Samaritan came and brought it
Did.
around.
I actually gave him a ray of sunshine today because obviously all his shit had been.
I bet she was livid. I bet she was like, I bet you don't have a
Oh,
fucking
got
car.
the PlayStation back at least. My car, god damn it.
Fuck
So
yeah.
anyway, Kay doesn't like the coat that got nicked. Right? She doesn't like it very much.
It was
She's
Kay.
the one who nicked it.
was
Oh,
Kay.
dude, I figured it out.
There you go. So anyway, I'm looking across the road, and the guy across the road's got CCTV. So I said to Kay, if I see him, I'll go and see if he can figure out who was, in my car. Well, as I'm sitting there, next door but one to him lives a policeman, and he was at Gary's door. So I went over and went, "Oh, what's happened?" And the guy from next door said, "Someone's been in my car last night," right? So I was like, "Someone's been in mine, and they stole me coat." And he went, "Oh, what did it look like?" And I said, "Well, it's like brown. It's like
Is it shit with a tint of tackiness?
Yeah, that's what Kay says. It's got a furry colour. He went, "Oh, I know where your coat is." And I went, "All right, where's my coat?" "In my bin." Right? So I was like, "What?"
Wow.
They stole it and chucked it.
Wow.
This piece
Oh,
of
no.
shit. Even criminals don't want that shitty
Even
coat.
somebody stole
didn't
your
see
coat and put
No.
it in the bin, Stu. That's
No, they didn't.
It's a sign. Get rid of it.
They stole my coat and put it in his car for some reason. He took it out of his car and put it in the bin.
that's the right thing to do.
Like, "You've done what with my coat?" And he's like, "I put it in the bin." I'm like, "Why? Why did you put my coat in the
It's
bin?"
a
He's
perfectly
like,
good coat.
very-
Why didn't you wear the
Yeah.
coat? What's wrong with the
yeah.
coat?
"I thought it was from Primark. I thought you bought your coat from Primark." I'm like, "No, it's dug down, man. It's really what's the matter with you?" So yeah, it's been a
Fucking shit.
bit of
Your
a
coat- Your
weekend.
coat's shit.
So you got your coat back.
Got my coat back, yeah. So I got everything.
Shitty piece of crap
I bet
garbage
Kay
coat.
was
crap.
fucking livid.
I
Kay
get,
was like, "Damn it, we all
no.
discovered that thing." You know Kay was the one who stole it.
What are the chances that you get your shit back?
Oh shit, he's got his coat
Oh,
back.
you never get your shit back from a burglary, but you got your shitty coat back.
And the bloke round the corner got his PS. By the way, he wasn't like the,
Good evening.
yeah,
Excuse
go
me,
on.
I'm missing a PS4. You don't have to see. Oh my god, you do. I do enjoy that bit of FIFA.
thing was that the saddest thing, he said, "Where did you find it?" So I was like, "Oh, I found it at such places." Like, "There might be some more of my stuff there. I'm going to come round and have a look." Right. So I was like, "Okay then." So I took him to where it was, and he's like, and it was the saddest thing. He went, "Oh, there's my wife's glasses," and his wife's glasses
Oh.
were in this greenware, and they'd like obviously thrown them, and he's like, and he picked them up dead tenderly. He's like, "Oh, I can give my wife her glasses back." I was like, "Okay,
So-
right,
Yeah.
see you later."
But,
Asked
but
to
it's
have to
not.
get exam and everything.
It's not a fucking car though, is it?
No, they got the car back. By the way, it was
did they?
recovered. So the car's back as
These,
well.
I'm guessing that these guys who stole your shit aren't fucking the mastermind of like Ocean's 11 or something like that.
We've seen them. They were both
When they were
tracksuits.
walking away with the glasses and the coat, they're like, "Ba-da-da-da-da-da,
They spent
da-da-da-da-da."
2.5 hours on our estate going up and down and checking
Wow.
cars and stuff. They were
They
there
didn't
for.
go very far once they had the swag.
But they
Supposed to
definitely
run.
looked, they look like they might be going, "I want Britain to be British."
Mm.
That's exactly how they looked.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah,
So
to
I
you.
know-
That's a heck of a
yo,
song.
yo,
Thank you, Stu.
when we rob shit, right? We're gonna steal that guy's coat and then we're gonna put it in that car. Why? Fuck off, man. This is my plan, right?
You just keep track of that
You
PS4.
just,
we nicked.
I'm the
No.
fucking brains of the
Oh, yeah, I
operation.
got it.
You're
I
just a
got
fucking
it.
muscle, right? I'm gonna take that woman's glasses, yeah, all right? And you're gonna keep them and sell them. No, I'm gonna put them in that bush with the PlayStation 4. What do we sell the PlayStation 4? Fuck you, man. I'm the brains. Fuck you.
Bush wants to play games.
No, I think what happened, from what I can gather, that someone reported them to the police, and the police came around, so they was probably going to pick it back up later, and then obviously got chased off by the cops. But here's the funny thing: this is what went through my mind, right, when I turned on the PS4 and realised what games were installed. Had they got it back to the CD flat or wherever it is they lived, and turned it on, they'd been like, "FIFA! Oh my God, it's FIFA!"
We've only
That's
nicked
exactly-
the perfect PS4.
We've nicked the perfect PS4. FIFA and
Fucking
COD.
hell, they're done no good
FIFA.
with your PS4, are they? Fucking, there was like, oh no, Ethel is having a walk down a country lane. Like, what the
What the fuck have you stolen?
fucking hell?
Oh my God. So yeah, I was a good Samaritan today, and obviously did. Do you know what Millie said?
Hello.
When she found out that when she found out that obviously I'd located who it belonged to, she was like, "Oh, I wanted that for me room."
Oh,
What's
the
all that
PS4.
about? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't have your stolen
I'd
property.
return the stolen merchandise, Dad.
I,
Jeez.
I mean, like, I'd like to think that I would have, but I don't think I would have done what you did.
Would you not have done? Would you have kept it?
Might have done. I don't know.
That's well bad. You're so bad.
Well, because like, I just don't know if I
Back
could be.
to Skeepers.
No, not like that. I was just like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with this now. You know, maybe I would have looked. I would have probably looked at what I would have had a bit of fun first, right? I would have sent loads of messages going, I fucking love
Well, I
you.
didn't
I've
consider
always loved you, and I just want to use this opportunity to tell you that I loved you, and then find out who it is, and then wait, let the chaos.
Do you want to hear the funny thing though? I was like, oh, I wonder what Call of Duty Remaster's like. So I had a bit of a go.
Yeah, there we go.
I had a bit of a go. You know,
Hey.
well, I'll have a play of the campaign. You know,
At the
see what
end,
it's like.
end of the day, you took the PS4 back to him. You just borrowed it for a little bit.
I did. I had a bit
Might
of
as
a
well have
go.
a cheeky little go.
You know, he's obviously not been on it for ages though, because I had to do all of the updates. And you know what they're like on the PS4? I was like, flipping heck.
I
can't
can't
even
believe you
mess-
did all these updates for him.
It wouldn't let me go into his account info until all the software were
Oh,
updated.
cheers for updating my PS4. That's the only reason I don't turn it on.
3 games that needed updates downloaded. It were a nightmare. I used all my internet up, I tell you.
He'll be bringing it back around so you can update it again.
I know, yeah. I know, yeah. So there you go. Hell of a story, like I said. Hell of a
That is
weekend.
one hell of a story, Stuart.
It
Hell of a
is.
story.
It is. You could find a PS4 in the bushes.
Who knew that you'd have actually an interesting story?
That was
to tell?
actually that was the name of the Oasis song originally, PS4 in the bushes, and then they
Yeah.
were like, "Who knows what that is?" And they're like, "Let's call it fucking in the
You
bushes."
know what? Yeah, we should call it fucking mate. I was like, oh yeah.
We
Uh,
put a video game show on you bastards, and you.
right. And
Um,
actually, he did say something. I forgot about that as well. He said, "Oh, it's a good job you were a gamer, because like if anyone else had have found it, they wouldn't have known to do all that stuff."
Really?
But I'm like, it's probably true. To be fair, even if they were taking it to the police, they probably wouldn't have known what they were doing with it. They'd have been like, "What's this?" Oh, FIFA! Let's play some FIFA.
yeah, they all would have been. They would have been.
They've had a
playing.
tournament going on in
Yeah.
Cop Station.
Yeah. Fucking hell, she's great.
FIFA, oh fucking FIFA! Have you got another controller?
Brilliant, brilliant. Don't know why they're from
But
Birmingham.
to be fair, they wouldn't have done, because you had to have obviously sync a controller with it just to get into it, wouldn't you? You know what I mean? To get into stuff.
There'll
Which
be one in the
they-
lost and found. Do you know what I mean? That'll be.
Possible. Here, have you got that old PS4 controller knocking
Yeah.
about?
This Xbox controller well work with this PS4 console. I don't know why.
Keep
Well,
hitting the
we don't-
button, and do nothing.
Anyway, are we done about this story?
I think we're
shit?
done. Let's tell the other story, the terrible
What's
story.
the other story?
Oh, fucking me trying to stream.
Oh yeah.
for-
So
Gee.
I mean, part of it is my fault.
It's totally your fault.
So I said I was working Thursday night, so I said to Stu, "Hey Stu, do you mind taking over the stream on Thursday to keep the schedule up, right?" And Stuart said, "Yes, of course, I don't mind."
Yes, I
He did a vote. People voted for Deadly Premonition for him to play,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
So I forgot to give him the password for the service that we use, Restream. So that was the first fall, right?
Yeah.
But then, but then Stu, you know, you're a technical guy.
Yeah,
You're,
Never
you're,
used OBS though, to be fair.
You're a technophile, I would say.
I am.
So like you
I'm
didn't
techie.
you didn't like look at it and go, oh, I don't know what to do. You said, oh, I'll give it a go anyway. I know the Twitch account.
Yeah. I can do that.
How did that go, Stuart?
Not good. The trouble the trouble was, I think I should have had me 2 screens going. Right, here's where the trouble began. To be fair, I only finished work at 5:30, got home at 6, had me tea, and by the time I'd had me tea, it was like 6:30. I'm meant to be streaming from 7. I'm like, got half an hour to sort all this shit out. Goes like downloads OBS. That took 5 minutes, so that was fine. That was quick to download. Opens it up, and I'm like, I've no clue what the fuck I'm doing here. Didn't have time to watch your 10-minute video of how to use it.
I made him a video of how to use it.
Yeah.
You
So-
sucker! You thought he was gonna watch it.
So then I thought I got it going. So I started streaming Deadly Premonition, but because I didn't have my second screen on, I had to have my tablet with Twitch on to see if it was working. And then obviously there was nothing on the Twitch stream, so I was like, this isn't working. So that was, and then Deadly Premonition, as soon as it came on, which was fine, it loaded up everything. As soon as you pressed anything on the controller or the keyboard, it just crashed and went back to the main screen, so it wouldn't even work. Right? I'm like, oh god, love this game, it's so good. So that all that shit's happened. Then I thought, I know it's fine because Nvidia does the streaming thing. That's how I've done it before. I'll just do it with that. No, because that needed fully updating. Then I couldn't remember my username and password, so I had to make a new account to log into my fucking Nvidia.
You're saying right now is
Oh.
very important.
So all that shit went down, and then I eventually got it streaming. And then the chat, my microphone wouldn't work with it, so I couldn't even talk on it. Oh, it was a complete
Safe
mess.
to say, it was a fucking disaster.
It was a total disaster.
So what have we learned? I have learned that I need to sit down with Stuart and set
You
it
do.
all up. Because once it's
Set it
set
all
up,
up.
Stuart,
Yeah,
it's easy.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Once it's
Let's
done,
set it all up.
it's set up.
Once it's ready, you're ready.
Yeah, once it's ready, you load up, you type in the title on Restream, you open
Yeah.
OBS, and
Yeah.
you're fucking good to go. It's
Away,
not-
away.
You're away. It takes. I literally probably spend, I don't know, 5 minutes setting things up. It's not that big of a deal. And also,
Total disaster. And I was like, you know, when you're sweating, right? I was sat here like, oh my god, people are like here, and I'm not doing it. Everyone's like, why is he not streaming? But, and then when I finally did get streaming, I did another game because obviously Deadly Premonition would have worked. And then they're like, what's this? This isn't Deadly Premonition. And it was just horrendous.
so we've let down our fans, Stuart.
We
We've
have,
let them
we have.
down.
I've
right?
let them down. I've let them down.
So
I feel bad.
We're gonna have to make it up to them.
Yeah, so I'm going to do it again this week.
Hey, do that.
We're gonna. First of all, I think Stu's gonna do it again.
Yeah.
And I'll be around.
Yeah, you need to be around to
I'll
sort
be
of shit out.
around. But then when he's going, he can just go. And then maybe the week after we can do a stream together, Stuart, to make it
So
more fun.
streaming together.
It's just terrible.
So
truly
yeah,
terrible.
that's the gist of it.
Yeah, not
Alright,
good.
let's move
Not
on.
good. Yeah, let's talk about some games. Some actual
Games.
Yeah, let's talk about some games. All right, here we go. Now I have a story time. Hello. I told
yeah.
you to
Oh my
find me,
God.
and you totally forgot.
Story
Okay.
time.
What's wrong with you
Don't
people?
forget the story time, Duke.
What story time?
I don't know, the one you're about to do.
You knobhead. Anyway, okay, listen, people. Here's the thing. We had a crazy week this week because it's snowy, it's icy, things are just crazy in Wisconsin. So we have block scheduling, which means we only meet people every other day. It doesn't even matter. Why am I telling you this? I've
don't
gotten
know.
into
It's-
mode with the story time.
You're doing the Stu technique.
I'm bored. I'm bored now.
Skipping ahead. I had on the first day of classes, I have to explain certain policies. Okay, so I'm in this new class. I've never met any of these kids before. Okay,
Right.
we start talking about how you get better at writing by practicing. But I lead into it by saying, okay, who plays a sport? And they go, soccer, tennis, whatever. And then I say, okay, how do you get better at those? And they go, practice. I go, okay, who plays an instrument? And they go, this, that, cello, flute. Okay, how do you get better? You practice, right? I say, who plays video games? Now we're getting into it. Okay, what do you play? And they're like, Call of Duty, Fortnite. And this kid goes, Red Dead Redemption 2. And I was like, oh, I love that game, but I haven't played it enough. I should be playing it. My friend is furious at me because I keep playing this game. The latest one is Farm Together. He's like, what? I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. Anyway, whatever. Moving on, writing, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we talk about writing. Then we get to the part where we're talking about late work, right? And I say, okay, look, on this form, you write down why it was late. And maybe you have a good reason, like, your aunt was sick, you had to go see her in the hospital. Or maybe you didn't have a very good reason, like, well, I don't know, what's a video game that's coming out soon? And two kids at the same time go, Anthem. And I said, yeah, but what's a good video game that's coming out soon?
Ooh.
Ooh. And then the kid who had was playing Red Dead Redemption 2, he goes, yeah, says the guy who's playing farming games.
Brilliant.
Wow.
You got
It was
owned.
so bad. I was like, I couldn't even be mad. I just started laughing. I was like,
It's true.
damn,
You
you
got ya.
totally got me, dude. That kid gets an A for the semester.
Nice.
But then later in that same class, we're talking about, I'm showing them these forms I have. If they have a question about anything, I can't always answer them in the middle of class. So I made a form and I was like, you can fill out a I want an answer form. And then this kid goes, how many trees have you killed in your teaching career? And I was like, okay, first of all, you're concerned about the planet. That's a good thing.
He's obviously not a Trump supporter, is he?
Well, but here's the thing. I was like, in order to save the planet, you don't really need to be worried about my paper consumption. That's not a really big factor. But I didn't say that. I was like, okay, look, you're right. Okay. Edwidge Danticat, the Haitian writer, said you learned in school that you have trees and pencils only because, or you have paper and pencils only because the trees gave themselves an unconditional sacrifice. And my mind was spinning the other stories that have to do with, honoring nature by using paper for good reasons. And if it's for some reason I went, that's basically the idea behind Dick Butt. So and then I was like,
You didn't.
well, I did.
Oh my
I
God.
was thinking, oh my God. And then
You
I
said dick butt to your students.
everything in my brain went, move on, move on, move on. So I started
brilliant.
talking about trees and
Well,
Pocahontas.
I hope that they didn't notice you said dick butt.
2 people started laughing and everyone else had this weird look on their face. And I was just like, keep moving, keep moving.
Best story ever.
So why did you? I don't know. I still don't know.
What's the correlation between paper
Why-
and dick?
Why,
Because the
go on.
whole origin story of Dick Butt is that the nature spirit in the tree says, I have given of myself for you to have this paper. How will you use it? And he's like, and he's sweating. And then he draws Dick Butt.
Right.
Yeah, but right, okay, I get that, right? How many of those students would know the origin story of Dick?
Obviously, 2 of them do.
No, but they just laughed at the fact you
No,
said.
I think they laughed at the fact that you
Well,
said
maybe.
Dick Butt.
We don't know. Kids are hip, man. I
Yes,
would
they do
probably do.
know. That's so brilliant.
Anyway,
Wow.
the point is, I was
Like
being.
Dick Butt.
It was one of those, like, I never curse in class. I'm Ned Flanders. And I talk about, like, occasionally my students will talk about Black Mirror, and I'll be like, oh, man, blah, 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 history of us. And then I'm like, oh, wait, you didn't hear about that from me, kids. I'm not
Oh.
a Black Mirror.
So,
class.
so those kids, right? Let me just put this out there. Those kids will leave your class going, he likes funny farming video games that are shit,
Yeah,
and he talks about dick butt.
that's pretty much
What
it.
a teacher he was.
Go, go. Story time's over, isn't it?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
The licking thing has never been more accurate. If you're not watching this live, people, you don't know about the man, what is it, Patrick from SpongeBob, licking Dick Butt in
Yeah,
the butt.
I don't know what's going on. But I'm going to use the wheel again, so let's do the wheel.
Oh, Christ.
Did a wheel.
The wheel has landed on me. Yay.
Hey.
Spin the wheel of justice. Look how fast the fucker goes.
What is that?
Okay.
It's off Vic and Bob, man.
Why did I even
Sure.
ask? Go ahead, Chinny.
Right. So I've been playing Resident Evil 2
Ooh, zombies.
again.
Yeah. Ooh. Now, funnily enough, guess
You
what
had
I'm
finished it
doing?
last-
Hold on.
Guess what?
There's too many people spoke. Duke, what did you say?
You finished it last week, right?
Correct. Stu, what did you say?
I said, guess what I'm doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
Playing Resident Evil 2 again.
Are you playing the second
I am. Second run.
run? Okay.
Ooh.
So you're playing it the opposite to me. You played Claire
Yeah.
first, and
Yes.
then now you're playing Leon. I played Leon first, and now I'm playing Claire.
Yes. Yes.
So, what do you think, seeing as it's my go to talk about games, what the fuck do you think about it then?
I think it was quite interesting, by the way, like how it all started out, because I was expecting it just to be the same again, sort of starting out with the whole stuff in it, but it sort of fast forwards through everything, and then suddenly,
Only at the start,
back.
really.
not really. Well, I don't know how long, because obviously I've not played Leon's story. How long does it take the Tyrant to show up in Leon's story in the original one?
Pretty Oh, the original one. It takes a while.
No, he shows up within half an hour of playing the game, or an hour most tops.
Well, so you're probably because in Claire's one, he shows up in a half an hour. In mine.
No, he didn't show up for ages in mine.
Yeah, I know. So let's forget using the names because that's what's confusing us, right?
Okay.
In my first run, he didn't show up for a while. In my second run, he showed up quickly. Is that the same? As you?
Yeah. So the same thing happens. Yeah, he shows up way quick.
Yes.
I was like, what the hell? No, in the first, in Claire's first run through, he takes ages to show up.
Yeah. So in my Leon's first run, he takes ages to show up. So the pace of your first run and second run is the same pace as my first run and second run.
Yes.
It's just different and the difference is Leon meets different characters to Claire.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. So how do you go into the police station the second time? Because do you go through the front doors in Leon's story on the first go through?
You go through the gates, yeah.
Yeah. Second time, is it? So
yes, it's through the side. Yes, we are playing the same game, but with different characters.
You can't. Yeah, I get that, right? But in mine, I just speak to you through the gate like you do in the proper game. Yeah. So I'm Leon on the other side. So how does Claire's bit work? Because does she see Leon still on the other side of the gate? Because I'm a bit confused how that happens.
Oh my god! Right, just replace the characters.
Yeah, I get that, but then
just swap them round.
Go into the police station in the same place I went in that case, because that gate would still be locked.
Oh my god, Stu! How difficult is this for you to understand? Right,
I'm struggling. I'm struggling, man.
In my first game with Leon, he walks through the front doors.
Yeah, I get all that.
Hold on, don't try and right. I'm trying to explain it to you. In your first playthrough of Claire, does she go through the front door?
Yes.
Okay. Now every scene, swap them round.
Yeah, but
wait. Yeah. So when they're at the gate, when they're at the gate,
Leon already on the other side of the gate.
Oh my god!
Because that doesn't happen in the first playthrough with Claire.
Oh my god!
I'm only saying because in Claire's first playthrough, he's still on the same side of the gate.
He's still on that. So on my first playthrough, right?
Yeah.
Leon is sort of inside the gate, if you will.
Yeah. I get you now.
And Claire is on the outside. I'm guessing. I'm going to hazard a guess because I seem to have figured out this much quickly than you.
Got it. I've got it now. I've got it.
Claire is on the inside and Leon's on the outside.
Correct.
So what I'll say it again. What I said about 10 minutes ago now is swap the characters round.
Right. I get it. So it's cool though.
The second run, I'm not massive about the second run, right? Now it was interesting last week because you said, oh, the police office, the chief officer's office, right? Well, in Leon's run, you never see that office ever.
Correct. Yeah. Well, I've already been in a bit as Leon that obviously I never saw as
Claire. Which is the jail.
Yes.
Right. So I saw the jail on my first run. So I assumed that you saw it when we talked last week. But you had never seen the jail. I'd never seen his office. So there's little bits of that. Mainly it's through the police station that happens. There's not much else where it happens. So this is how I'd explain Resident Evil 2 Remake, the campaign, and see if you agree, right?
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2 Remake's campaign is like Minesweeper.
Right.
Really? What? How is it like Minesweeper?
It's the when you start a new game with Minesweeper, and then you do it or you die, and then you restart another one. It's the same game, but all the bombs have moved around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Resident Evil 2 Remake, when you play it again, like all the puzzles and they've all just sort of moved around a little bit, right? Some are in the same place, some of the zombies are in the same place, but some of them have just been moved around. That's pretty much it. And you get with Leon, you get certain scenes about certain characters, and with Claire, you get certain scenes about different characters. And in the middle, they're very different. That's it.
You have to guess.
Yeah, the end's very different as well, by the way.
Apparently the end's very different. I haven't got there yet, but like the middle was interesting for me because in Leon's campaign, I heard about the orphanage and stuff, but you never go there in Leon's campaign, or you never see it. But you see it in Claire's campaign and all that sort of stuff. It's interesting. It's worthy of a second playthrough, but I suppose someone like me who's coming at it a very different perspective, I suppose, of not sure what I was expecting. Do you know what I mean? What I would have liked is is Leon's actions to affect the second run through. So, for
Wow.
example, like in the first run through, I'll explain this for Duke because he hasn't played the game. In the first run through, you have to solve the main puzzle. Is you have to get these 3 medallions to go into this room, right? That's your first sort of big puzzle. But in the second run through, which is apparently happening at the same time, you have to solve that same puzzle.
Yeah, you still do it. Yeah, I thought that's a bit weird.
It's a bit weird, right? And I know this is kind of like how it is, and I don't really care how it was in Resident Evil 2. Like people might say, oh, like in the original they did that.
Antonio, tell us you played it.
I don't care because I ain't playing that game. I'm playing this game, right?
Yeah.
And for me, I was just like, well, I can see like why they don't do that because it's difficult, but at the same time they could have done that. Like, and the only bit really is the helicopter crash where something seems to happen where one affects the other. But really, you're solving the same puzzles, you're fighting the same bosses. But I like the fact that you do come across different characters. So in Leon's campaign, you come across this mysterious character, and she's like quite weird and cool and stuff. And in Claire's campaign, you come across a very, very different character, and they have the middle section of the game is very, very different for both.
Yeah,
campaigns.
it is. And the other thing which I thought was quite interesting is just the way it sort of just happened. Like I say, it happened so quickly. Everything seems to be just done fast forward, and the way that
only really happens in the start.
Yeah. And then they've also made the medallion puzzle completely different as well. I don't know whether it's the same in your playthrough, but in mine the pages are missing.
Yes,
so you've got to
so
then
in the second
find
playthrough,
it different.
Yeah, so again, I'll explain this for Duke. It's good that Duke's here because he just doesn't know what the hell we're talking about, right? But in the first playthrough, you get a book and it basically tells you how to solve these 3 puzzles that are dotted around the police station. In the second run through, the book is still there, but it's ripped apart and there's blood on it, so you can't tell. So, and then there's one statue.
So, are you expected to remember how you solved?
No, like because it's different. So the way you solve it is slightly different. You have to like find more clues and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
you've got to find the film and go and develop it and stuff like that.
But the dumb thing is that the lockers and the safes. No, I think the lockers are the same combination. So I remembered 2 of the lockers.
Oh, you were lucky. I can't remember any of them.
All right, and I remembered one because the way I remembered it was DCM, and I remembered it was like DC Comics plus Marvel. That's how I remembered it. All right. So DCM, and I was like, I wonder if it's DCM. Clicked it in. And it was, and I was like, right, the lockers are the same. The safes, I don't think are the same. The safes are different, but the safes are pretty easy to find out. It's worth a second playthrough just to sort of see Claire's story, but it's what I expected the second playthrough to be, and what it is very, very different. I suppose if I went in a little bit more clearer idea, would I have enjoyed it more? Maybe. I was just a little bit like, okay, this takes some getting used to. I don't know what you thought, Stu.
Yeah, I think that, but I'm not too bothered about the sort of the logic, stuff that doesn't kind of make sense. So that doesn't bother me too much. I was gone for a minute,
but I'm back now. Sit the fuck back down.
But what I found is one of the things I found the first time the Tyrant had appeared, I hadn't got the key to unlock the library door.
Yeah.
So I was trapped in the library with him. I'm like, shit. So I had to run, and then I got killed. So I went back to a previous save, and I'm like, I know where the key is, so I'm gonna go and get that thing first.
The weird thing about the Tyrant is, the first time you see him, is when you go into this office, the STARS office, right? And then when you come out, you see him. And I hadn't done. There's 3 medallions you've got to get, and I hadn't done one of them when I did that. And the Tyrant is now in the police station, running around everywhere, making everything fucking difficult. So I went back to a previous save and I did the 2 medallions and did as much as the game as I could.
Yeah, before you go to the STARS office.
Because I knew it's when you pick the battery up. When you pick the battery up, he comes.
He comes. I've not picked it up yet. I'm leaving that to last.
Yeah, so there's something to be said about like, okay, because you know the layout of the game more, so you're less scared.
Yeah.
But the game throws just enough at you extra for you to go.
I feel like the zombies are a bit more aggressive somehow as well. It doesn't feel quite as straightforward.
I think that might be in your head.
No, I don't know. It just feels like there's a few more of them knocking around, and they're a bit more aggressive.
I don't know. I didn't notice that, but there's one section of the game in my first playthrough where the tyrant comes through the press room. Do you know what I'm talking about? You're downstairs. You're in.
Yeah.
There's an interrogation. The tyrant bursts through the press room, and it's one of the fucking scariest things in the game.
No, that was different in Claire's playthrough for me. In Claire's playthrough, it's a licker that comes bursting through the glass.
No. Okay, this is it. Right. So in.
Oh, I'm thinking in the interrogation room, aren't I? Is that the same thing?
Yeah, in that room that happened with Claire in Leon's, because you open different. You don't get in Claire's run through. You get the heart key, but you don't get the club key.
That's
in
correct. I
Leon's run through, you get the club key, but not the heart key. So there's certain rooms that you. Yeah, so it's different. But there's one. Yeah, there's one bit that happens in my first playthrough that doesn't happen in the second playthrough. But every time I run past this wall where the tyrant bursts through, I was shitting myself because I knew that he did it before, and I was like, he's going to fucking do it again. He's going to do it again.
It?
And he never did it. And I just feel like the second playthrough does do enough for you just to be on edge.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, and honestly, this is like more about the game in general, right? But the when you get out of the police station, the game becomes a lot easier, I think. Like there's basically 3 levels, isn't there? There's 3 levels.
Yeah.
There's the police station, there's a sewer, and there's a lab, right? And they kind of all. The first one is the biggest one. Then the second one is then the lab is like quite small, and I don't know. There's just something about really like it feels like the bigger chunk of the game, the real sort of bits where you
meat and
around.
potatoes.
The meat of the game is at the start, but I don't mind so much that it sort of like peters out a little bit, but. I'm at the lab now on my second run through. That's where I am.
Yeah. I think the pacing was really quite good. To me.
No, I got no problem with how it plays. But
I didn't mind the fact that it sort of speeded up a little bit towards the end. Although I did take longer than you. My first playthrough, I think, was something like 8 hours 22 minutes or something like that.
Mine was 8 hours.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was slightly longer than you.
No, but I'm in the lab now with Claire on my second run through, and it's 5 hours. So I'm doing it way quicker.
Yeah, it's because you know where a lot of the
are.
stuff is.
Yeah.
And I must admit, I'm racing through the police station, but I seem to be getting killed more than I did in the first. But maybe that's because I'm racing through it.
I think Claire's campaign is hard. Is easier. Sorry.
Yeah, the grenade launcher makes such a big difference.
Yeah, because with Leon, you only have you have a pistol, a shotgun, you have a bigger pistol. I forgot what else you have. What else
you get a rocket launcher at the end, don't you? Sometimes
you get a rocket launcher there, but you get you get a flamethrower as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've seen.
That's what
but it feels like with Claire, you get way more guns. You get because in Leon's you only get like about 4 or 5 guns. That's about it.
Because you get a machine gun, you get a grenade launcher, you get this spike gun thing.
You get like a electric gun, and you get like 2 types, three types of pistols. All sorts of stuff, and the pistol you start with gets like a badass upgrade.
The Magnum upgrade.
But when last week when you were saying, you don't really struggle for bullets, like that's definitely the case with Claire. Whereas with Leon, you fucking struggle with bullets. Like you always are on edge with bullets. That's my finding. And also, I didn't realize I'd missed a couple of things. And I found a secret passage from the sewers to the police station and developed a film that I couldn't develop. And that film gives you 2 secret things.
That's right, because you get a film after you've left the police station.
In the sewers. You get a film in the sewers. And I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? I'm guessing I'll come across a dark room. You never do.
No, you don't.
But there's a secret passage to the police station. And you're like, and then it leads you to two clues. Obviously, I won't give those away.
Just to say as well, I mean, we have been sort of spoilerish, but not about story as such. But
the story's garbage.
Yeah, story is pretty garbage. But the grenade launcher makes the sewers part a hell of a lot easier.
God, yeah. I'm flying through because you get some big monsters in the sewers, and because I've got the grenade launcher, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about these.
2 shots, they're dead.
Done. Yeah. So I'd say Claire is the easier character. Leon's tough. But
Which I haven't mentioned, by the way. I did finish it obviously this week and so I
Yeah.
loved it. I loved
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I absolutely think it's a top game.
oh
Such
yeah, I
a
think
good
it's
game.
great. I think it's absolutely
Brilliant. And it's tight. It doesn't overstay its welcome.
No,
it's
no.
it's the perfect pacing for me. Perfect number of scares. It's
yeah.
it's just a really well crafted puzzles, and I thought everything about it is brilliant.
It's
Really.
bang on, tip top.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It is a quality game.
Well, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about Resident Evil 2. Yeah. There's not much else.
It's still, I've got to say, I know I said this last week, but I still think it's definitely going to be up there as the best games of the year when we come to decide what we liked.
It's a bit early yet, but
It is a bit early, but it is good, really good.
Yeah.
My kind of game. So yeah.
Right, well,
top-notch.
thanks for telling me what I played this week, Stu.
Sorry, we might as well get mine out of the way because
Well, no, I'm spinning.
Spinning.
And it's landed on you anyway, Stu. So there you go.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna talk about something of a similar vein, Japanese and all.
Okay.
But I'll start with this because I thought it was a little bit shit, which is Devil May Cry 5, the demo.
Oh my god! How dare you?
Honestly, I stopped playing it.
Wow.
I thought it was- I mean, look, we've just had Capcom give us one of my favorite games that I've played in ages, and then I play a demo for another Capcom game.
So this is the demo, and you turned the
Worse.
demo off.
Is it what? Sorry.
You turned the demo off. You didn't even finish.
Yeah.
the-
Yeah. I just didn't like. I don't like how they've done the combos. It's
Demo.
You don't get me wrong. I like a good hack and slash, as you well know. Bayonetta is one of my favorite ever games.
Mm.
But this, what?
So what's the
maybe
difference between this and Bayonetta?
Well, for a start off,
There's no naked woman in this.
No.
That's true.
Say it.
No, for a start off, it just feels really old. I feel like I'm playing a game from like 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the guy who's playing this on here is really, really good at it. And I must admit, I got killed at one point. You see, I hope this isn't not that I'm ever going to play it, I don't suppose. But when you got killed, it took you right back to the beginning of the stage. So it was like got to the beginning of a boss fight, and then it took me right back to the beginning of the whole stage. And I'm like, I don't want to do all that shit again. Why have I got to do all that again? I just want to start the boss fight again. What is the matter with you? So that pissed me off. Now, whether that's just a demo thing or whether that'll be in the full game, I don't know. Animations and the controls feel horrible. Like the running and the response. I don't know. It just feels really weird.
And there's no naked women.
Yeah,
I'm just playing. I know that.
And there's only one button for combat, but then you do like 2 presses and then a pause and 3 presses, or 3 presses and a pause and 2 presses, and it's all on triangle. And it's just weird. And then like the shooting's on another. It's just not my. It just feels old fashioned. I just feel like I'm playing a game from 5 or 10 years ago.
I hear you.
And it's big loading times between levels. Took ages to load, and I'm like, what is going on? I'm playing on a PS4
what?
Pro, and I'm watching a loading screen for 35 seconds or a minute. I'm like, no. It was a no.
Stop it.
I just don't like it. I'm just not impressed at all.
It's getting rave reviews there, Stuart.
I don't get it. It just doesn't feel right. The combat felt strange. The animations felt. The camera is fucking horrible. The camera it's just horrible. It just like sometimes the camera just disappears into him and stuff. And I'm just like, no, I can't see what the hell I'm even doing. You can't.
To be fair, the reviews aren't. No, there aren't that many reviews on it yet.
To be fair, right? You'll see a health gem thing, right? Say you're a bit low on health and you see one, you can't go to it because the camera doesn't let you.
Right.
I want to get to the health, but the camera's not letting me go there now. Why? Why is it not letting me go where I want to go? It just is. It's not Bayonetta.
No, it's not.
So I won't be buying it. I thought I might be interested in this.
I thought you'd be into this.
I did.
I like the Ninja Theory
feeling
one, the DMC one.
But this, no. Keep it. You can just keep it. Just
Okie dokie.
send it back to Japan.
That's a no on Devil May Cry from Stu.
It is. It is. I won't be playing this. That's it from me. So go for your go.
Duke, you're up.
Yeah, Minecraft, Rocket League, Insurgency Sandstorm. I'm starting a new. I started 2 new servers on Minecraft, Altitude and Peaceful Farms. I don't know what to say. It's ridiculous, I know, but it is what it is. Yeah, farming. There we go again with the farming.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't really have anything to say about any of the other ones. It's just been a crazy week. You know, first week of the semester is always a crazy time. Especially, you know, I mean, look, I had time off because we had a ice day on Thursday. It was too icy.
Oh yeah.
So that was a thing.
So it turned into a nice day.
A nice day, yeah. But you know, yeah, I should have. In fact, when this is gonna make you even madder, Chinny. Y'all should finish up with Red Dead. You should just do your spoiler cast because it's not fair for you to wait.
Shit. You're just shit,
I am
dude.
shit. I woke up thinking, okay, I'm gonna do some Red Dead 2 today, and then I didn't. I don't know. I was like, hey, I got Rocket League queued up, and
some people just don't want good things to happen to them.
They don't want good things. By the way, Duke, did you see the news this week? One of your favorite games is shutting down.
What?
I could be wrong, but I thought this was one of the games you played a lot of. But they're closing down the service of Blacklight Retribution.
Oh, I've played it a little. It's good.
Yeah, so it's shutting down.
Well,
not that. I mean, it had a good 7-year run.
It had a good run.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did, but it's gone. What was that game you used to play that you loved?
Section 8.
Oh yeah, shit, that was it. I thought it was that. Yeah, sorry.
That's probably still going, to be fair.
That's probably fucking be going till he dies. Be fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's it for you then, Duke. You've not played anything basically.
I even had an extra day off this week, but
still didn't play any games.
Sorry.
Well, I even sent you a decent game that you might like.
What's that?
See, you don't remember.
Well, you know what? I'm sorry. I've got like 6 games locked and loaded and ready to go. I bought
that you never play.
Tree. Yeah, of course. So it's not like I don't have games. It's just that I'm not making them a priority. Go figure.
Go figure. Right, spin the wheel, Chinny. There's only me and you left now. So just take Duke out of the equation.
There's only me and you left. Oh, it's me.
Yes, you.
Yay. All right. Hold on. I fucked up my screens. Wait a minute.
That's like me. I just didn't get them right at all.
Yeah. But see how it took me like 2 seconds to fix that shit. Okay. Life is Strange is on there, but that's not true. I checked out a game that is hot and fresh.
Ooh.
What's that?
Hot and fresh, what the kids are playing. Hot and fresh.
Okay. Yeah, what was it?
It's Apex Legends.
Oh God! All the kids are talking about this game.
All the kids are loving this. Okay, I've got. Before I get into the game, there's something that I want to talk about regards to this game that I find interesting.
Go ahead.
Like, with this day and age, right? You got streamers and YouTubers looking for the next hot shit, right?
Yeah.
So
exactly,
it's all about speed of implementation, right? So they're waiting for that next hot shit. Battle Royale, Fortnite is like the hot shit. If you're streaming Fortnite, you're on Twitch, and it's like the most streamed game on Twitch. It's ridiculous, right? So then you got this group of people, like I'm talking like, you know, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of people that want to make it on Twitch, want to make it on YouTube, and are just waiting for the next big game, because the next time a big game comes out, somebody gets discovered. Do you know what I mean? Like when Fortnite somebody gets discovered because they're playing Fortnite, and then Blackout and all this sort of stuff. So Apex Legends, I'm completely sort of cancelling out polish, quality, anything like that. It kind of makes me think that it's popular because it's new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and because it's decent, you know, and it's a decent game, and it's polished, and then it's got Respawn's sort of name on it. Respawn did Modern Warfare and Titanfall and all that sort of stuff, and you know, they got all that on it, and then it's like, it gets more popular, but mainly because people are wanting to be discovered, not because they want to, you know, like
Interesting.
I
It's a
remember
platform now, not necessarily a good game. Like, who cares about if the game is good?
that's it. And I remember
Discovered.
I remember asking Madeline, my niece, what Jimmy was playing, and her answer was so it made me think so much. He said he only plays whatever YouTubers are playing. And I'm like, how interesting, right? So he's only playing.
See, we can't relate to the kids today.
What
man.
he's watching,
Come
right?
on.
So he's
We're
like,
old.
1 week he's watching Dota 2, and then he changes to League of Legends because his favorite YouTubers have just moved to League of Legends, right? And so it makes you think, doesn't it? Like, what could EA do? EA goes, oh yeah, get loads of these streamers to play it, because then all the kids will play it. So it's a victim of its success because of the streaming. And it's weird.
I don't think it's a victim, because I think they're doing all right. I think they're happy.
Oh yeah, I know. But
can we just say, let's put this into perspective. They'd sold, or they had downloaded, because it's free, I guess, 10 million like players in 72 hours of release.
I mean, but like I get that, but I just think it's interesting that like it might be. I mean, look, I will talk about it in a sec. It is good, right? But it's just interesting that it's good. It's like when something that's semi-decent comes out. I'm not talking about decent, semi-decent, but you've got potential to make a living on YouTube and Twitch if you stream on it, because it's the next hot shit. Then it looks like a snowball effect, doesn't it?
Here's the other thing, I'm sure they want to be first. They want to be early with being good at it or whatever.
Yes, yeah. I mean, like, if you're playing Apex Legends, if you want to be a streamer and you think Apex Legends is going to make you famous, now you're too late already. Like,
it's already been.
Play a game because it's fun and you like it. No, I want to get famous. I want to get big. I want to get rare.
Apparently, let's just lest we forget, this is meant to be pretty good, and obviously it's got some pedigree behind the developers.
Let me talk
we're not talking
about
an average game.
Played it. Let him talk.
Let me talk about it, right?
Go.
Let me guess. You haven't played it, so shut the fuck up.
Have I? Why would I play this shit thing?
So somebody on Twitter I will find out who it was, but somebody said on Twitter, hey, have you checked out this? That was the first I've heard about it, right? And I was like, I don't know how much Battle Royale can take. Do you know what I mean? It's getting to that point where I'm like, I don't know how much I can fucking take of this Battle Royale shit. And then I kept on seeing it. I was like, I'll tell you what, I'll play it because of the show. Like, it was mainly because of the show. So I'm a victim of my own. I'm a hypocrite, right? Because I'm only playing it.
We're trying to get big through the show.
Total hypocrite.
But I think maybe people who listen to the show want to hear about it, right? So
maybe I should entitle this week's show "Apex Legends is Amazing."
No, Apex Hypocrite. So I downloaded it. 21 gigs or whatever. Done that. I played it today, and it's exactly what it says on the tin. I mean, you do a bit of training on it, right? And you do this little training course, and I would say it's a mix between these three things. You ready? Call of Duty Blackout, the Black Ops 4 Blackout, Overwatch, and Rage.
Right?
Interesting. So Blackout is a no-brainer, right? So I won't compare it to Fallout. Sorry, not Fallout. Fucking Fallout. Fortnite, because it just feels more like Blackout. It's first person, realistic gun physics. The way you pick stuff up, it feels like you're playing. It's super fast. It feels like you're playing Blackout, right? So there's that. The Overwatch comparison is that you can pick a class, so you got classes of characters and stuff like that. And I would say the tone of the game. If Overwatch is 10, Apex Legends is about 8, right? In terms of tone, like funny quips and all that sort of stuff. One of the loots you can get out of the loot crates is funny quips. You know what I mean? Like, that the person can say. It does have like a funny. Look, I wouldn't say it's like in your face, but it definitely stands out in terms of like, hey, this has got a style to it and a tone that's good, right? It doesn't feel cheap, doesn't feel like too over the top. It's just this is good. Like, I enjoy this. And I mean, Overwatch is more so, but even Overwatch doesn't feel overbearing with its tone. I would say like an example of a game that has an overbearing tone is like maybe Saints Row. That could rub you up the wrong way at certain points. Like it's not that bad. It's like
a bit too much or not funny enough.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like the game's trying to be funny. It just has like a kind of whimsical tone about it, right? And the intro made me think of Rage, right? Because you get this guy. First of all, anybody with a South African accent immediately sounds fucking hard as nails, right? They just sound like rough as fuck. And this guy, he's got a South African accent, and he's going, "It is crazy, Apex Legends, and you are a legend," and all this. And it looked like Rage. It looked like a post-apocalyptic world. It felt like Rage the way you control it. The style of it is in Rage, and it's also very sort of like deserty. There's some forests and stuff like that. So that's how I compare it. The difference is there's some key differences with this game that make it stand out, I suppose. Is you have a leader of a squad. It's squads of 3, not 4, right?
Okay.
So it's only squads of 3. And you have a leader, so the leader gets appointed. You don't choose, and then the leader chooses where to land. And when you jump out the plane, he guides all 3 of you to the landing zone.
Right.
So the other 2 people don't have any control, right? The other 2 people. So if you're one of the passengers, let's say, you can break free. You can sort of hold X and just sort of go off and do your own thing. So you can if you want, but it does keep the group together. The game has powers and things like that, so like shields and powers and all sorts of weird stuff. It has an ultimate. So in you two don't play Overwatch, but basically when you shoot things and do stuff, and it charges over time, there's an ultimate. And on Overwatch you press Y and it's like some super move, and this you press the LB and RB button. And for my ultimate, it was like I get a supply drop or something like that the team can share out. There's portals, there's all sorts of stuff, but it's all done in this like super slick, cool way. The one thing about the game that's really, really interesting is if somebody dies in PUBG, Fortnite, Blackout, they go down like in Gears of War, right? And you're on your hands and knees and you're crawling. That happens in this. That's the same. However, when they're dead, right, you've got to get their banner. So let's say, Stu, that say us 3 are in a game, right? Me and Duke are great because we're good at games.
And I'm shit.
You're at the back and you don't know what I'm doing, right?
No.
You get shot from the behind. Me and Duke kill the guy that kills you, and you die. Like you go on your hands and knees, and then you die. I then can run over to you, your dead corpse, and pick up your banner. Right, I think it's called a banner. It might be called something else. I don't know. Who cares? Right, I pick up this thing, and there are revival points. Now these are scattered throughout the map. I don't know if they're different every time or they're in the same place. But like, if you see one, I can run up with your thing, and go bring Stu back.
Hey, not
and
that
then
you'd
back.
want to.
No, not that I'd want to. But then you're back. So that's another variant. The really, really cool thing about this game that I like is your characters talk to each other a lot in game, not like over the mic. You can ping things. So you might, when I use the term ping, the best comparison is Portal 2 co-op. Remember how you could ping something?
Identify something on the map.
So by pressing RB, but it's contextual, which is really cool, right? So if my cursor is on an enemy and I press RB, my character says out loud, "There is an enemy there," right? And
so it knows what you're pointing at.
It knows what you're pointing at. If I point at a level 3 extended mag for an assault rifle, my character will say, "There is a level 3 extended mag for an assault rifle on the floor here," right? And a quick response, I think it's down on the D-pad. If you want to claim it, you just press down and say, "I'll have that." All right? Cool. So you can pretty much talk to each other. Okay.
Without talking.
Well, we should have had that a long time ago.
Having a microphone defeats the whole purpose of these things. But I think it's cool because
when you know it's. Sorry, go ahead.
When you're playing, not even with strangers, but when you're playing a game with friends, when you say, "I have a level," there's a helmet here, and the first thing they say is "Where?" And they go, "Here," like in the house that I'm in, over here. Can you see me? Hello, I'm here. The house. The helmet here. It's here upstairs.
Where
is it? Where is it?
Absolutely.
You're on the wrong map. You're not even the same game. I don't know what you're doing, right? Like in this, it's like there's a thing. Yeah, it highlighted. You can do a bit of that in Blackout, right? I don't know if you can do it in Fallout, but no, sorry, no, I keep saying Fallout in Fortnite, but no one cares about Fortnite, right? So that was cool. Then you just have all the loot shit and all that sort of stuff. There's zip lines, there's other things. I mean, I played about 3 games. My main problem with Apex Legends is it's just another battle royale game. When you really dig down,
it is, but they've obviously tried to make
it's super polished, right? I mean, this for me marks the end of the genre.
Huh?
Well, you think this is like the last hurrah?
This is it, right?
Well, the market's obviously glutted.
The market is so
glutted,
saturated, right?
Yeah.
And I honestly, before this, I thought, no, there can't be another one, right? This Apex Legends is so fucking polished, and it's so well done that, I mean, I can see people going onto it and playing it for a long, long time, but, like, I will struggle to see how you can do any better than this in terms of polish. Like, Blackout's polished. Fortnite is polished. You know, PUBG's a fucking goddamn mess. We all know that, but it still has an audience. This is pretty much it. Like, this is like the pinnacle of the battle royale. This is it. I don't think we need any more.
Well, that's never stopped anybody.
Can I just ask? Is it still 100 players? Is that still the same?
I think so. The other cool thing that it does is like it's always squads, right? So it's never solo. There's never duos or anything. It's always squads of 3. But it tells you how many squads are left. So it tells you how many players are left, Stu. So yeah, I think it is 100. But it says, but there's 25 squads or 50 squads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It tells you how many squads are left. So it gives you an idea. And it does a lot of Overwatch stuff, where Overwatch is very good at sort of like saying, oh, you didn't win, but you did this. So congratulations. It makes you feel good about yourself, right? Even though you're shit. And
that would be me.
One of the cool things that Apex Legends does is it like when you're going into a game, it gives you, oh fuck, the video's run out. How about that? When you're going into a game, it gives you loads of stats, and it says the best squad in the game is this, and they've got this many kills. So it tells you who's the best in the game, right? And it announces when the best, that they call them the champion, it announces when the champion died as well. All right. And there's a big there's a big announcement.
People love stats.
Where there's a first kill, and I think I haven't got to it yet, but I
People
saw
love having a small positive alongside the crushing negative.
I don't know this for sure, but I think you have a finishing move, right? So I think if you're the last kill, you have some sort of finishing move or something. I saw that in the character unlocks. I don't really know how different the characters are. I did about 3 different characters. They didn't feel that different, but I think one's more of a healer and one's more of aggressive shooter person and all that sort of stuff. But it's just standard stuff, you know. And this is the other thing. That another example of when they talk to each other. When my character, when the circle pops up on the map, my character says, "Lucky for us, we're already in the circle." So you know.
Nice.
Like the game's constantly like telling you little things that you should look out for. It's like the most handheldy battle royale game I've ever had, and it's free. It's ridiculous that we live in this world that this game is free. So it's good. I don't know how many people are listening to this going, you know what I could fucking do with another battle royale game. I could see people getting bored with something else and then playing this, but it ultimately comes down to this: what are your friends playing? And none of my friends are playing.
What's YouTube playing?
What's YouTube playing? What are and none of my friends are playing this. None of my friends are interested in it. So I probably won't play it.
But after they hear your sterling review,
yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to give it another go. I'm not saying I'd never play it again, but I've not even played Blackout that much. It's just because there's only so many fucking of these games I need. So Apex Legends, it's very good. I'm very happy that it exists and people are going to enjoy it. I think I'm done with the genre. I don't even get that motivated to play PUBG these days very often. So a new one coming into my life isn't really going to blow me away.
Very good. Very good. Is that it? Are you done?
I'm done.
Are you done? Right. I'm going to talk a little bit about Tetris Effect.
I've heard about Tetris Effect.
Because they have...
Mass Effect?
Yes.
Yeah. Because they had a demo, another time-limited demo this weekend on the PS4.
Yeah.
Did
you play the VR version?
No, I haven't got PSVR anymore, have I? I ain't got that shit.
Well, maybe you
as
went over
you
the
well
right
know.
times.
But this was produced by the same guy who produced Rez and Child of Eden and all that kind of stuff. So, trippy-like games. Trippy games. That's a good way of describing it. This game is brilliant.
Yeah.
It's absolutely brilliant. I
I've
don't even
heard
know.
a lot about it.
It is, but it takes it to a whole other place.
Yeah.
Twist.
Sorry, say again.
What's the twist? How is it different?
Right, the twist is the twist. What is the twist? The twist is that it's got trippy backgrounds going on, really cool music, and it also you change levels by like making so many lines. So rather than it just being well, not really. And then there's also a new like mystery mode where you play it and it fucking turns the whole thing upside down, or it turns it sideways, or it does all this crazy shit.
Just saying, like, I don't know. Like, I remember when they tried to redo Pac-Man, and it was like, here's a whole new way of playing Pac-Man.
No, obviously the way you play is obviously the same because Tetris is Tetris. The biggest difference here is the way it's presented, which is brilliant. It looks amazing. It sounds amazing.
Sure,
it's totally trippy.
Yeah.
The levels change. Obviously, the background levels change. In VR, I can imagine this looks incredible.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talking very positive things about Tetris Effect. And it does VR pretty good.
Some of the music. Okay, I didn't want to hear that.
It's very Japanese, but it looks gorgeous. I mean, on the PS4 Pro, it just looks, well, nothing short. I mean, even though looking at this on the screen here, you can see what the particle effects and stuff's going on. It's just amazing. I was totally blown away. Really, really.
Did you buy it?
I nearly did. I nearly pressed the trigger and nearly pulled the trigger and bought it, but I've got all the shit to play, so I didn't.
Yeah. The one problem we don't have is games to play.
Yeah, yeah. And I think this is what's good about this compared to a lot of other games is it's sort of a short time waster. If you want to, you can just play a couple of levels or whatever. And it's got like this Zen mode, but you can't play that in the demo, so I don't know exactly how that works.
Right.
I think it works like you have a master who's trying to get you to reach enlightenment and nirvana, and you sit there staring at nothing.
I don't think that's it.
No.
Then it's not as real Zen mode, is it?
But yeah, it looks incredible, and the difference between the levels, the difference between what's also really, really cool as you get better and obviously get rid of more lines and stuff. The music itself changes, so obviously the beat goes up and like the effects on the screen increase. It just looks.
And when you get to level 10, it's like drop the hate.
Drop the hate. Looks amazing. I was blown away. I think like I say, that this is, it definitely has managed to take Tetris to a whole other level. Just from presentation alone. Just from the way it's presented is just incredible.
Crazy that we're still talking about fucking
I know.
Tetris.
One of the best games ever made.
This is the latest video games podcast. Resident Evil 2,
Tetris.
Rocket League, and Tetris.
I know.
Tetris.
It's ridiculous.
So totally blown away, and I think I probably will pick this up because it was
cool.
just great. So there you go. Back to you, Chinny. Anything else off you?
Nothing else really. I didn't manage to play. I've been trying to do an episode of Life is Strange every week, and I finished episode 3 last week, and I haven't had a chance to get to it. So no, nothing from me.
Well, the only other thing that I should talk about is the game that I did play on the Playdate. So I should talk about that, which is Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc.
Oh, snap.
Oh, yeah, that gem.
Enters 19 leave.
Yeah.
You know what that sound is? You know what that sound is, Stu?
What's that sound?
It's people switching off their podcasts.
I know. I've got to say, I've played a demo of this before. This particular version of this game, it's playing it from the start. It's very slow. It takes a bit of time to get going.
What do you do in the? All I can see is just a woman thinking.
So here's a right. Let's go with the
That's the
premise
Thinking
of
Woman
the
mini
game.
game.
So there's a killer bear. Let's start with that.
There's a killer bear.
Yeah, why is that funny? Look, it's a very
If I was
serious,
gonna try to get someone to play a
serious
game
game.
that I love, I would not start with a goddamn killer bear.
Yeah, well, in this game, you've got to have a killer bear because that is a prerequisite of Danganronpa. So basically, yes, the basic it's based on a visual novel, from what I can gather, and so it's not based on a visual, but it's based on some sort of.
It's based on
anime.
something that existed
Something
before something.
Japanese. So you take the role of as like a student who gets enrolled in this school for people who are the best at what they do.
Right.
So they're the best at what they do. It's very similar to like Ace Attorney in the way that you play the actual game. So
Okay.
basically, you go to this school. Everybody's like the master of whatever it could be, and there's some really funny ones, like the most amazing pop star, or one of them's like the most amazing gang member.
Okay.
You know,
Or like
so
Master of Unlocking.
yeah, exactly.
The master of boring everyone to tears.
A master. So anyway, this proper dodgy bear turns up who's like evil.
Is that the ebony and ivory bear?
Correct. He's called Monokuma.
Right.
So Monokuma tips up and tells you the rules of the game. And the rules of the game are you're going to be locked in the school forever unless you murder somebody else and get away with it.
Okay.
So it's basically a battle royale in a school.
Yeah. But like, you've got to get away with it.
And it'll be last man standing, so it's sort of last person standing. And basically, every time someone gets murdered, you have a class trial, and then you have to try and work out who the killer was. And obviously, if the killer gets found out, then they get killed.
Right.
So that's the basic.
So how
premise
do
of the game.
you kill someone?
I had no idea because obviously I didn't get that far in.
The
I
fact that
played
you've
it. For,
played it and you have no
I
idea.
played it for 2 hours and nobody's been murdered yet. So I'm
We've got
guessing that
people in
really-
the stream leaving, Stu.
I know.
Have a
Look,
great night. I'm off now.
Yeah, I
On that
wait to
note,
play this.
To be fair,
I've got to go.
Rob from the Boss Wave loves this game.
Yeah.
He loves it,
Wrong.
and he's got good taste.
Eh.
But yeah, I was quite intrigued. It's quite an interesting game, but there's so many characters to try and like get to grips with who's who.
Yeah.
I mean, there's about 12 altogether or something ridiculous. There's a lot of characters in the game. But you appear to be a master of nothing. So all these like are the best at whatever it is, like the best, I don't know, pot washer.
Too real for me.
Yeah. And you're just a bit like, you're not really sure why you're there.
I know the ending of this game. Do you want to know what you're the master of?
No, I don't want to know what.
Finding PS4s in a bush.
I am the master
He
of
is good.
finding PS4s in
I
a
mean,
bush.
let me just take a quick survey here. Duke, how many PS4s have you found in a bush?
0.
I'll ask myself. I've had none. Stu, how many PS4s have you found in a bush?
One.
There you go.
I found one.
You're
in the bush.
way better at it than me.
Master of finding that
Yeah,
shit.
PS4s in a bush.
Good job.
Yeah. See,
How
I'm
did
the
you
master.
so
of
good
it.
at it, Stu?
Master.
PlayStation Bush. That should be the title of the show.
PlayStation Bush. There you go.
Yeah.
So Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc, I'll definitely play more of because it is my kind of thing.
Oh.
It is my game. But it's by the same guy who did 999 and all that sort of stuff, so I'm bound to love it.
999.
999. And obviously, if you like Ace Attorney, Chinny, so I don't know why you're dissing this.
I liked the first 2 hours of it, and then I got bored.
Yeah. So anyway, there you go. That's what you gotta go and play some Japanese weird game. But
I was playing snooker with Mr. Marsh today.
All right. Okay.
And he said something that I found very disturbing. Do you want to know what I said? What he said?
He found the PS4 in the bush.
He said, "I listened to your podcast," and I went, "Oh my god!"
It's always a bit weird.
And I said, "I mention you in that podcast sometimes," and he says, "I know." And then he said, "Oh yes, yeah, it's good. Stu's so funny and all that sort of stuff." And then he said, He plays some fucking weird shit though.
I do. It's true. It's true. But I like weird games. I like, you know me. You know me. I like weird shit. What's the matter with you?
That's true. All right, are we done with this section
I
of
mean,
the
we're
show?
done with games. Yes. Yes, we
Cool.
are done. We are done.
Now
right. I've a hot topic. I don't know. You've been accumulating them. What are we talking about?
Egg time topics.
Yeah, juicy topics. So what have we got, Ginny? What are we talking about?
Okay, we've got a topic here. Could the games industry crash again like it did in the 80s?
Sure.
I guess anything can crash. I think that's probably not that the gaming industry will crash, but I do feel like a lot of developers will continue to go down because there's just a complete oversaturation of games.
Yeah, I mean it feels like genres crash rather than the gaming industry.
Yeah, like the battle royale, as you were just pointing out earlier.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Cliffy B's company, was it like Boss Key or something like that?
Yeah.
You know, that's a perfect example of like just wrong time, too slow, right? So his first game, what was it, Lightbreakers? Was that the name of the game?
Something like that.
And it was Overwatch but serious, and it absolutely flopped, right? And then he very quickly tried to come up with a battle royale game. I don't even remember what it was called.
It was quite a fun skating.
Yeah,
like,
it looked
cartoony
quite
thing,
good.
wasn't
Yeah, like it looked all right, but it just, I don't know. I don't think it worked day one and all that sort of stuff. And Fortnite was pretty much at the top of its game, and it just, yeah, bad timing, and it completely crashed the company. So you know, you got a developer there that tried to get on the. I mean, he had the foresight to think about, what about we have a shooter that's class based, right? But he was just too slow to implement it, and then was too late, and then he was too late on the next genre as well. And it's just a cruel twist of fates that he was killed by his own game, Cliffy B, right? The Battle Royale game that he made was trumped completely by Fortnite, which he originally worked on and made.
Yeah.
And it's just a weird, like set of circumstances that happened. So I think genres can crash. You know.
Well, I mean, let's have a look. I mean, for instance, let's take Telltale this year, or last year, should I say, latter end of last year, going under. Nobody saw that coming, but that was a combination of almost oversaturating themselves.
A little bit, but like the thing is, people want to play those types of games. Do you know what I mean? Like, when Telltale were going down, what's the fucking Life is Strange people called?
Don't Nod
are going up, right?
Yeah.
So why are people playing Life is Strange and not the Walking Dead Telltale games? Is because the quality's not there, right? So Telltale are an example of like they absolutely farmed out all these IPs, paid to get the rights or whatever, but the product is just suffering, and there's no development of the product, no development of the engine, and ultimately they just sort of miss sight. And the quality of the writing, a lot of the writers from the original Walking Dead season 1 left, and they didn't sort of retain the quality of it. I feel like since the Walking Dead 1 and what's the Fairy Tale one? I forgot the name.
The fairies. Oh, The Wolf Among Us.
The Wolf Among Us. So I think since those two, like, you know, Tales of the Borderlands was pretty good as well, but like they never really got anybody back, right? I think Batman caught people's interest, but I don't really hear many people going, "Pwah, that story in Batman," like it was in Walking Dead. They never like retain that attention again, and I don't know why. Maybe the people that wrote Walking Dead they saw it as a platform, like a stepping stone, and moved on, but they couldn't keep the talent that made everybody love it in the first place.
Yeah.
And also, they kind of started the genre, didn't they? Telltale. I mean, like,
oh yeah, they were the
point and click
founders, kind of.
The point and click have been around, obviously, but they twisted it into a way. It's like, we're just telling a story now. We're not even really.
Yeah, and
playing
it was totally more accessible for even like almost non-gamers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you were really into video games, you could play a Telltale game and still go through it.
I mean, like, Heavy Rain's an exception, but really, like, it was playing a movie, right?
Yeah.
And we haven't really got to that. And it was playing a movie of a franchise that we know, and that was really different. Now these games are $2 a penny, and it's just an example of, like, someone overtakes. So I think genres can crash.
Yeah.
But it's mainly down to developers, like, just making some bad steps, and it's not because they're bad developers. Do you know what I mean? It's not because Cliffy B's a bad developer. Cliffy B's a fucking brilliant developer, but it's just like some bad decisions, bad timing. You know, you look at Apex Legends, for example. Apex Legends is another battle royale game. So why did Apex Legends succeed when Cliffy B's battle royale game didn't? It's because Fortnite now in 2019 has been out for years, right? Technically, it's still in beta, but it's been out, right? So, like, people are looking for something new. Whereas when Cliffy B's game came out, people wasn't really necessarily looking for that new thing. So it's just...
Yeah, and I also think there was a bit of perception of the desperation and sort
There's
of
a little bit of that.
like...
Yeah. Radical Heights was the name of the game. Radical Heights.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, it did feel desperate, and I think it was desperate. And probably, like, I don't know this for sure, but because it was desperate, it probably wasn't that good or polished. Whereas Apex Legends is this polished, like,
oh yeah,
absolutely.
I think the interesting thing about Apex Legends is there'd been a lot of rumors or like stuff going around that they were bringing out an expansion for Titanfall that was going to be like this battle royale thing, but nobody saw this standalone thing coming. You know, it was kind of a bit of a out of the blue, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, I mean, for me, if somebody was to ask me, would you rather see Apex Legends or, you know, an original, like, or a Star Wars game come out of Respawn, I would probably go for the Star Wars game. But, you know, when you're EA and you want to make money, like, it's a no fucking brainer, isn't it? So I'm kind of gutted that this was what they was working on rather than something else.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel that fresh or new. I mean, it's like it is fresh and new in the genre, but yeah, I think genres can crash. What can we think of a genre that's? I think the first person, like, sort of competitive shooter has gone. It's still there, but it's like Battlefield, Call of Duty, pretty much.
Yeah, and even Call of Duty's sort of evolved into battle royale, hasn't it? And as far as we know, there's a battle royale coming for the Battlefield game, isn't there, as well? So
yeah, that's meant to be coming. And
yeah, so there's battle royale everywhere these days.
Yeah, I mean, the racing...
Yeah, your standard sort of death match, sort of team death match, all that kind of stuff is probably more in the minority, I would have thought now.
The racing game genre kind of died as well. Like, Forza just absolutely just...
Forza's still flooring it, isn't it?
Like Forza just blitzed everything, right? And, like, Forza has knocked out games way quicker than Gran Turismo and Gran Turismo 5 But you don't really get that much stuff in terms of, like back in the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, there was a lot of racing games, a lot, and you don't get that as much these days.
No, I do. I think I'm inclined to agree. I do feel like games are now moving much more towards either battle royale or some sort of narrative-focused, story-driven game.
Yeah.
There seems to be more of the action adventure games, isn't it, rather than that. And obviously, the thing, to be fair, the sort of sandboxy, massive open worlds aren't as prevalent as they once were.
The genre that, I mean, we've had a few fads over the last, like, 6-7 years, and some of them last longer. Like, battle royale's an absolute beast of a genre, right?
Yeah.
But before that, what battle royale was survival, the genre.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like
we had all like Rust. And
Minecraft kind of started it, but Rust was kind of like the baby of it, and all this sort of stuff. And we just had this fucking wave of like, this is the
survival
next Rust.
horror
This
games.
is
whatever.
Rust. This is Rust, but good. Do you know what I mean? And it never like what happened with the battle royale genre was like everybody was like, this is PUBG but good, and Fortnite became that. But with the survival games, I mean, DayZ was a mess, Rust was a mess.
Well, DayZ was kind of the founder of it all.
Yeah, that's
how it all started.
Well, yeah, Arma 3 is the founder of probably most of the things. You know, battle royale games and
but
games.
Arma 3, to be fair, in its original form, was a high spec military shooter simulation.
Yeah, but it's got like a really heavy modding scene in it. But
but that was brought out to teach soldiers how to be soldiers. That's what it was done for.
Yeah, but it wasn't them who played it in the end, was it?
No.
But like, I don't think we could have a gaming crash. I think it's just too big of a beast now.
And it's become too mainstream.
I think we could probably see. I could see like Sony pulling out of the whole thing one day.
I'm not so sure. I think they do all right out of it.
I think maybe Sony.
They have the biggest selling console this generation. They're not suddenly going to go, shall we have all that money?
Yeah, that's true. I can see the biggest change is going to be what's going to happen with these consoles, because we're one generation away from not having disc anymore. Then we're probably another generation away from maybe not having a box. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of speculation these last few weeks about the PS5. There's apparently dev kits are out there, and all the first-party developers are working on PS5 games, and there's a lot of rumors flying around at the moment regarding that. So it'd be interesting to see how that develops this year and whether there's any sort of announcement at E3 from Sony.
Well, there'll be another load of consoles, but I think after that, like, because Microsoft have been playing around with, like, you can play Assassin's Creed in your browser, right? Like this ridiculous shit that you can do, and you know, I think we're about 2 generations away from not even having anything in our house.
Well, let's be honest. Virgin this week have been testing 8 gigabit a second broadband.
Yeah,
which is just fucking ridiculous speeds.
Yeah,
I mean, like inconceivable speeds of broadband, and obviously once you're getting speeds like that,
everything
pretty
changes.
much anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah,
you know, it's happening. Infrastructure, that's what's got to change.
Yeah.
Once you've got all that shit installed everywhere, stuff's gonna be flying down. I mean, I can't remember the exact numbers, but it was saying like 40 gigabytes would take like 4 minutes to download, or even less.
As soon as you got like a pipeline of internet like that, you know, streaming games ain't going to be that much of a problem.
Well, it's not going to be any sort of problem, is it? I mean, it's just going to be
that takes a while, though. It takes a while.
Oh yeah, to get that infrastructure in a whole country and then worldwide, because you know, you can't. You're not talking about a player base in just one place. You're talking about a player base the whole world over. And some of these countries where people play on PS4s don't necessarily have that same infrastructure or broadband capabilities of other countries in the world. So you've got to be careful that you're not, you know, eliminating part of your audience or isolating them out of the market because of what you're doing as a technology.
In the chat, well, Soul Brother says hello, so we'll say hello to Soul Brother. But Jason Gallagher is in the chat, and he says, there will never be a gaming crash. The schools are promoting gaming to the fullest, from the university to elementary schools, coding, esports, game development. The future is gaming. The thing that scares me about that is, like, who's going to be fucking working at hospitals? Do you know what I mean? Like we can't.
Fuck hospitals, man. YouTube.
Yeah.
Video games.
YouTube
That's how we make cash.
Yeah, so you gotta, you know, when I go, I never knock like the day-to-day jobs, because when I go to the shop, I want someone to serve me. But hey, I don't know if this is
even Millie at the moment's like, I'm like, what are you going to do when you leave college and or uni or whatever? Don't know, something that'll make me a load of cash. You know, that's what the kids want.
Twitch streamer, that's what she needs.
They just want a lot of cash.
Yeah, they just want cash. Duke, you've been very quiet. Is there anything you got to say about this topic?
Not really. I mean, I feel like there's never anything that's completely dead forever, because there's always a chance that someone's going to come up with something fresh to do it in a way that hasn't been done before, and they could breathe life into it. I mean, I think a lot of people thought that first-person shooters had done everything they could do when Call of Duty 4 came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. And the other thing is quite interesting. I mean, like, before Steam blew up like it did, how many people going, yeah, PC gaming, that's like for a niche audience, that's never going to go anywhere.
I mean,
and look at it now.
You used to get people saying that PC gaming was dead. Some idiots used to say that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I never said it. I never said it.
Yeah, you used to say it all the time.
I never said it.
Look who's laughing now.
This is what I used to say, right? I used to say PC gaming is dead, and then I changed it to PC gaming is dumb, but now I've changed it to all video games are dumb. It's all dumb.
But let's not forget that at the time when the 360 came out, and then obviously the PS3 followed that a year later, everyone was buying those because it was so accessible, and although you weren't quite getting the same standard as a PC, it wasn't that far away, and people were happy with that. And that's why people were going, PC gaming's dead because I don't need it anymore because I've got a console that's nearly as good.
Changed. I mean, like Steam sorted itself out, but price is also like the factor. Like people go where the cheap games are. There's a reason why Flash games were so popular in the noughties. It's because they was free. Like that's all it was, and I think the game industry took a while to catch up to that. And now,
and also, PC gaming itself became just more accessible because it wasn't as difficult if you wanted to build one yourself to build your own gaming PC. The prices came down. Graphics cards weren't quite as expensive as they used to be. So it just sort of became a much easier entry point into it rather than the difficulties that you had in the earlier years of it.
Okay, I think that's the topic. We didn't really talk about a crash per se, but that was sent in by Peter Robson, who has sent in 4 other topics, big juicy topics.
We're going to be busy. We're going to be busy, man.
But please, if you've got a juicy topic that you can look at a thing in your mind, maybe Battle Royale isn't dead, could we have more? Whatever topic, send it in, podcast@veterangamers.co.uk, and then we'll add it to my Google Ducky, and then, we'll talk about it at some point in the future.
Well,
that was a good chat.
Well, it's good. Thank you very much for that. Right, I guess it's time to do some emails.
Yeah.
I guess it is. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Here's the right button.
Whoa, that ruled. Can I just check, Chinny, have you seen Jason's juicy topic email? Have you got that one?
No.
There's a Jason juicy topic one came yesterday.
Oh, okay. If it's yesterday,
you want to add that to your list of juicy topics?
Oh yeah, I got it. Thank you, Jason.
You got it. So stick that one in there. Right, okay. The first email tonight is from Paul McLaughlin. Paul McLaughlin. So there you go. Here we go. I don't know why I was doing that in a drunk accent, but there you go.
I'm trying to be funny again, you see.
I wasn't. It just happened. I don't know. I just felt like it sounded better. I don't know. Here we go. Hello, veterans.
Hello.
You know how, as people get older, they have a tendency to feel the need to write in and complain about virtually anything. Well, being an old bastard and close to being a veteran myself, I think I now no damn it, I have the right to complain.
Correct.
The freaking time it takes to putting out your podcast actually out, the OC podcast out Monday, Veteran Gamers out of date. Honestly, in view of how long it takes to upload, I really can understand why you've dropped the news section. I mean, your most recent podcast news section covered Rockstar fanboy Chinny again, fawning over Rockstar's latest crap release, table tennis. Mm-hmm. It's embarrassing. Table tennis. I mean, I've had more fun playing effing email ping pong with an obnoxious work colleague. I agree with you guys that Rockstar would be better putting their efforts into making a GTA 4 or even trying a different genre. I don't know. A Western game might be an idea. See what he's doing there?
I see what he's doing.
See what he's doing there. Anyway, I must stop rambling. It's an age thing. And I think I've given you all enough stick for how long it takes for your podcast to come out.
I welcome it. I'm happy.
Shut up, you.
I'm happy.
Seriously, guys.
I will upload it on Monday if anybody wanted it.
No, you don't. Seriously, guys, I really do like your retro section you've added, particularly as when your last podcast covered what we thought was going to be a really great year all that time ago. That was 2019. What a crap year 2019 was for gaming, wasn't it? we were all looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077, but we all agreed with Chinny that the 4-hour drag it took for each conversational cutscene and choices ruined it. The console wars still raged. The much hyped new Xbox streaming box when it came out, the Xbox One Treble XL, turned out to be bigger than my Sony Betamax player. The PS5 was no better. Sony had all those years to develop it, and the controllers were still crap. And I'm sure we all remember how much Nintendo fanboy Chris of the Boss Wave podcast never seemed to stop banging on and on about how great the 4K Switch Mini was, and particularly how well it played the 8-bit Super Mario and Donkey Kong. Now he's going into the future. I like it. I'm liking this.
He's all over with this timeline.
I'm loving this email. I'm loving it. Also, Duke, it's a fucking gaming podcast, and really, you need to start playing a different game. Duke, I know the abuse you'll be giving me as you don't take recommendations, but please, please try a different fucking game. Duke, how about playing that game? You know, help me out, lads. The mind's going again. You know, it has orange things in it and like a blue giant ball thing. You know the one I mean. Duke, you know I'm only pulling your leg, as I don't care if Rocket League is the only game you wish to talk about each week. At my age, it is as time. It's never like I've never heard it before. So there you go. By the way, I put all the fucks in there because it sounded more effective. He didn't actually put
it. It did add a little bit more weight.
I did. I felt it needed it.
Yeah.
Felt it needed it.
It was good.
It was good. Anyway, the bed bath is ready, so I need to go. But thankfully, Stu reminded us all in the last podcast of the Bury Arcade Club meetup on the 28th of April. See what I did there? Again, it would be great if you get the podcast earlier in the week. Now, back to reality. Appreciate it if you could book me and my grandson to attend the meetup on the 13th of April. I was the old bastard that came along last year, and as it seems that more of us may well bring the kids this time, I've trained my 11-year-old grandson, well, as has already completed Red Dead 2, then Red Dead 1, and has nearly finished Red Dead Undead. And he puts me to shame in Far Cry 5. He's 11, by the way. Can we just point out he's 11? And of course, any multiplayer game, I'm sure he'll get a kick out of seeing the Arcade Club too. Just like to add that I really enjoy the show and can't wait. Strike that. Have to wait for each new one to come out each week.
Yep.
Keep it up. Look forward to meeting 2/3 of you on the 13th. Paul Muck. So there you go.
Cheers,
Thanks,
Paul.
That was a great email.
That was
I
a
love
good
emails.
email, Paul. Thank you
Brilliant
for putting your name down on the April 13th.
Yeah.
Yeah. We met Paul last year.
We did.
He's a good lad.
Did. He is a good lad.
He's a good lad.
So yeah, it's nice anyway. But yes, just apologies, Paul, for putting some extra fucks in there just to add weight to what we were saying to you.
And we'll release the show on Monday now. Thanks.
Yeah, no, we won't.
We will.
Anyway,
Why not, Stu? Come on.
Because I'm not doing it.
I'm
not doing it.
You don't even do
I refuse
any
to be told
work.
what to
You
do.
just...
I refuse.
Oh my god.
Right. Anyway, here we go. Next email is of David Tripney, and he says
One
this.
day, Stu.
Shut up.
I'm
Noisy-
going to publish the show.
Well, you might
for
well
you.
do that.
What? No, and it won't be this week, and it might not be next week.
Chidi,
One
can
day
I
I'm
just
gonna do
point
it.
out that even when you're supposed to publish the show on a Thursday when I'm on holiday, you don't fucking do it.
I know.
Can I just point this out?
It's true. It is true.
Shut up. Right, noisy PS4s. Hi, guys.
Who's this from again?
It's from David Tripney.
David Tripney. Hi, David.
David Tripney Bit. He says, both Mike and Stu have played Spider-Man recently, amongst other games on their PS4s. I have a PS4 Pro and found that the fan noise whilst playing Spider-Man is ridiculous. I sort of did notice it, I must admit.
I've never noticed the fan noise.
During the cutscenes, I thought my PlayStation was going to levitate off the surface.
Right.
My brother had a PS4 and found it unplayable due to the noise of the fan. Spider-Man is only one example, as God of War had the same issue. Did you guys find it off-putting, or are my ears just too sensitive? Gotta go. I hear Apex Legends is calling. I notice it occasionally, but I think it depends how dusty your house is.
Yeah, I think it does depend on dust. So
it does. It does.
Know, if your PlayStation's been there for a while,
clean the place up, man. What are you doing?
Yeah. It just sucks that shit in, to be fair.
I get a lot of dust in my house. I don't know why.
A dead skin cells.
Dead skin.
That's what it is. That's what
But
it is.
yes, I think it might be due to sort of just maybe dust getting in there. I didn't notice it, but I did notice that my Xbox was making noise when I was playing Resident Evil 2. So
Yeah, that's a doing a lot of shit though, that game, isn't it?
I guess, but like
Doing a lot.
these
But yeah,
consoles
I
are supposed
do
to be
know
shit hot.
every now and again, but I sit quite a long way from it, so I don't. I suppose, and I have the speakers usually quite loud, so I don't really notice.
I did notice a little bit during God of War when I was playing God of War.
And I play mine, to be fair, a lot with headphones because I'm usually playing in the morning while Kay's still asleep.
Yeah, I play with headphones, so like,
so
which is
we
why,
don't notice
why
that
Resident
much.
Evil 2 is so fucking difficult to play because Resident Evil 2 does a great job.
Oh, yeah.
There's a headphone setting in the audio, and it's like, it just freaks you out. You can just hear
Almost like
everything.
surround
You want to
sound,
poop
isn't
your
it?
pants when you play a zombie game? Play headphones.
Yeah. Right, okay. Next email is from Derek's Hands.
Derek's
Hands. Stop playing fucking Rocket League. Stop playing it now.
What are you talking about?
I've just seen it pop up,
Get
so
off,
don't even
Duke.
pretend.
I saw it.
Turn it
I don't know
off.
what you're talking about. There must be some other Duke.
Such a liar.
Fuck
You are
off.
such a fucking liar.
Concentrate.
Yes,
It's a fucking
Duke.
professional
We know what
show,
you're like.
and we're getting
We know what
paid
you're
to do it, Duke.
Concentrating. Go ahead, read the email.
That's
God damn it,
such
from
funny, man.
Freddie Bob. I mean Derek Sainz. See, I'm
Derek
listening.
Sainz. Anyway, it's called Bury Me Deep. Is his email. Hello, veteran gamers.
Hello.
Hello.
Count me in for the Bury meetup on the 13th of April.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
hoping to mingle with the brightest and best, as well as Stu and Ginny.
Very day. Oh,
Hopefully, my confirmation will not put off any would-be attendees.
no.
Now that the Entertain Nerds is going out weekly, I think they are shooting for the title of Top Video Game Podcast. They
Oh,
even
snap.
have Resident Chin,
Yeah.
who is streaming on Twitch.
Who do you think fucking taught him how to do it?
What the
Who do you
hell?
think fucking taught him how to do it?
Yeah, he's
Shit.
trying to take back his title as the real Chin.
He's already renamed his game. It's like the legit Chin.
I know. What is
Fuck.
he on?
He's just
What's
swooping in,
going
trying
on?
to. He's kicking me when I'm down, man. Shit.
I know. Resident Chin is rumored to be Capcom's next game.
Resident
The newly reimagined version of Resident Evil 2 even, seems to have gone down pretty well with gamers.
Oh, yeah.
How's it going, Antonio? But if you could have just one pre-Xbox 360 or PS3 game given the same treatment, what game would that be?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I know one straight away.
What's that?
Time Splitters. I like that game.
Yeah, it is a good game. I would pick. The first thing that comes to my mind is GTA 3.
Okay, yeah. But then you're just going to get GTA 5, are you not?
What?
Well, it's just going to look like GTA 5, but just a slightly different story, innit? Come on, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Slightly different story. It's
Yeah,
Well, it's in like GTA 4 was in Liberty City and GTA 3 is in Liberty City. But I don't. Yeah.
I don't see the point. I find that as a
Well,
bit
fuck you. It's just to make.
I'm
make
just saying, it just seems
it's
a
a
bit
made
of a
up
weird
game.
choice, that's all.
No, I didn't say to you. Oh well, fuck you with your choice. Like,
Yeah, well, mine's a good
just
one.
my choice. Fucking prick. Fuck's sake. Because like Tomb Raider's already been done.
What about Silent Hill 2? That was a good game.
No.
Simpsons skateboarding.
You know what? After playing Resident Evil 2, as much as I like that game, I don't want to play another scary game for a while. I think I got Evil
Silent
Within
Hill
behind
2
me.
was
I've
fun.
had Evil Within behind me since I bought my first Xbox One. I'll go get it, and it's still wrapped up. Hang on, one sec. Here we
That's
go.
funny.
Evil Within. Here it is, right? And you can hear the cellophane.
You played that last.
You can hear it, right?
Here we
Yeah,
go.
I hear it. Oh, I think that's what I hear. I hope that's what I hear.
Yeah, I am masturbating. But like, and I was like, yeah, I'll play this one day. And now that I've played Resident Evil 2, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna fucking play another scary game straight after it. I haven't played Outlast now. So
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good game.
would you just listen to what I just said? Like, I'm not playing another scary game.
I think you should play that. I think you should play
Yeah, you
Outlast.
should say that. The thing you
Yeah,
don't want
play
to play.
Outlast. That's good. Anyway, what about you, Duke?
Simpsons skateboarding. I don't know. I mean, they keep redoing Myst. They
No, but can you redo another Myst?
What?
Can you?
No, I
redo
said they
Myst?
keep.
What
keep
about
doing
Simpsons Hit and Run? What about that? That's what I'd have.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it.
I loved it.
Oh wait, no, Hit and Run. That was a good one.
Hit and Run was good.
Is that the one I liked? No, I
It's
liked
like-
Road Rage.
Oh, Road.
Hit
Okay.
and Run was good, but it was. I don't know. I don't think
It was GTA, but Simpsons.
formula works with the Simpsons. I don't know. For some reason, I just couldn't get into it.
I loved it.
Yeah. I liked Road Rage. I don't know. Like, the Simpsons game wasn't great. I don't know. I can't. A good Simpsons game. How about that?
What about Mercenaries, Duke?
Oh
yeah. Fine if they redid that. Gave it some polish and
Yeah.
fixed the world so it's not so.
Well, they were. I mean, we're talking about almost like a reimagining rather than just an upgrade.
Right. I would like
So,
that.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Oh, I've got one. I've
Go
got
on.
one. What about Too Human?
Fuck.
Oh
Because
yeah.
that was shit.
Put
Maybe
that
we
in the
could
bin.
make it good.
Yeah. I haven't looked at that game for a while. I'm gonna get it up on the YouTubes. See what
Too
that looks-
Human. God, that was just so terrible.
Hey, there's gonna be 2 more. It's a trilogy, by the way.
No, yeah. I'm
You
still
know.
waiting.
It's going to be called
When the other part of that coming out?
I can't wait for the
Let's
next
finish
game.
his email anyway. He says, for me, it would be the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
A game that I have installed on my original Xbox and 360. It becomes close to unplayable on the original Xbox due to loading times, clunky controls, and frequent screen freezing. But it does play reasonably well on the Xbox 360. It is only possible by downloading the game patch to the 360 hard drive. I never played it on PC, but I've read that that version is the best, mainly due to the numerous mods that you can use on it. I don't think an official reimagining of the original single-player Morrowind game will ever happen, but I live in hope. Yeah, I think there was an unofficial one, wasn't there, where someone was putting it in the sort of Skyrim engine or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
Someone was doing something.
Someone was doing something.
Someone was doing something.
About someone doing something.
It's always someone doing something. Right, okay. Next email is off Kev Westerman.
What up,
And he
Kev?
What up, Kev? Kevin. And he says this, hello, veterans.
Hello.
I hope you're all well and ready for the week ahead. I know you didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
Right.
I've mostly been playing Assassin's Creed 1
Yeah.
on the PS3, and boy, oh boy, is it shit.
Wow.
Is this the one that started at?
I think so.
Yes.
I
So
think
this
it
is-
is.
this is the-
I did say this. I told him it was terrible.
Well.
I
Okay.
told him.
Yeah, we told you. Whatever.
how we have
Appreciate
advanced.
your dedication. How's that?
There you go. How we have advanced so far with technology since 2007, and that wasn't even that long ago. Fuck, it was 12 years ago. The game is almost unplayable, with the most annoying thing being the NPCs. Pretty sure they made no sense back in the day, let alone now. Anyway, this had me thinking about NPCs. Question: if you were an NPC in any world doing any mundane task or role, what and where would you be?
I would be in Skyrim farming on that village that gets attacked by the giant at the start of the game, and then I'd get crushed by the giant, and then I'd be dead.
That doesn't sound like a very good idea.
Well, it would be exciting though.
I guess. What, until you got squished?
Yeah.
Yeah, not too sure about that. What about you, Channel?
You're just going to me because you can't think of anything.
I know, I've got one. Do you want me
Go
to
on.
tell you then?
Go on then.
I'd be a bartender in Red Dead Redemption 2 because you get to see loads of shit going down in there, like people fighting and shooting each other.
Oh yeah.
So there you go. So
Okay.
sticky.
Well, I was secretly stalling.
I know because you didn't have one.
No, because I want to show you mine.
Show.
Tell.
Ooh.
Where is it? I
There
can't
you-
find it. Oh, come on.
This is like me trying to stream a game.
Oh, this is so annoying. I'm trying to find it.
Oh, God.
So basically, my NPC would be Chun-Li,
Oh yeah.
the Chun-Li level. Right?
You don't want to be somebody on the army base and the guy.
No. So in Street Fighter
up,
2,
up.
in the Chun-Li level, there's a guy and he's just fucking choking this chicken, right? I want to be that guy.
Choking your chicken.
Yeah.
Choking your chicken. Is that what you're saying? You want to choke your chicken?
I want to be choking my chicken.
That's just weird.
What,
you're just a very weird person.
I'm
hey,
weird.
it's his life dream. Who are you to say?
Yeah.
That his
to choke a chicken in a video game.
I don't know what to say.
I couldn't find Chun-Li's level on YouTube. How weird is that? But there's a guy in Zangief's level who's just fucking sitting down, living it. Maybe that's what I'd be.
What guy just stood on the boat punching his fist?
Yeah, just chilling out, watching a fight. That's what I'd do. Because in Red Dead Redemption, you might get shot or something.
No, but if no one shoots the barman, because who's going to serve the drinks?
Oh my god! How difficult is it
to serve a drink?
The barman, yeah.
Talking about.
I think barmen are all right. You know, they're pretty safe. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
Be fine. You just get to see the shit go down, but don't get involved. Just hide. It'll be fine.
I don't know. For a serious answer, I don't know. I think. Yeah, I wouldn't pick Red Dead Redemption. I wouldn't pick GTA because you'd very likely get run over. Oh man, that's a tough.
That's what I mean. It's tough, isn't it? To think of a nice place to be in video games.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's not, because most places are horrible places.
Yeah, maybe a zombie in
I would be in Whiterun, and I would beat up Nazim every day. Like, put on a ninja outfit and beat him up.
Which one is Nazim?
Yeah, how's this for the Cloud District, you biatch? He's the one who says, do you get to the Cloud District much? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
Okay.
He's a pompous ass. Everybody hates him.
Oh, okay.
Like, there's like hundreds of memes of people like, hey, I murdered Nazim today, and I got this Dark Brotherhood quest where I had to kill Nazim.
Okay.
There you go. Right, he says, I quite fancy the Mers role in Stardew Valley. Just hanging out in the countryside all day, being given gifts by everyone.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Not May. Real danger there.
Pants lying around.
Yeah. Anyway, look forward to hearing what creative and pointless roles you guys come up with. Tartar for now. Kev.
I like the. What about the guy? Cheers, Kev. I like the guy who gives you your mortgage in Animal Crossing.
I was just thinking that as soon as he wrote that, I thought, oh yeah.
Your job is just to piss off the hey. Then you pay. Then they pay off the mortgage, and then they go, no, you're going.
Yeah. What's he called? He's like a raccoon, isn't he?
He's a fucking bellend.
Yeah. He is. I can't remember what he's called now.
Animal...
I should know. I played a hell of a lot of that game. Okay, final email is off Lewis tonight, and he says this: hello, veterans.
Hi, Lewis.
3 weeks ago, I sent in a big question that was awarded 10 points by Chinny, pretty much an Oscar.
Yep.
And last week, I sent a speak pipe, which was just as well received.
Yep.
So how do I finish this trilogy of writing and speaking? Well, with a really underwhelming email. I've been playing some Forza Horizon 4. Not much to say, just really fun. I've played some Halo MCC online, and that was great. But to be honest, I haven't got much gaming done due to mock exam revision. Oh, I know how that was for Millie. We're going to do it, though. Got to do it. Study, Lewis, study. Be good. Be good.
Be good.
But I still have some things to say.
Lewis, be good.
Lewis, be good. Last week, Chinny said that niche driving games were my walking simulators, and he is 100% correct. Land Rover plus Ford Off-Road for the Wii has to be one of my favourite games of all time. I'm a huge Land Rover fan, and it holds so many great memories from my time in primary school and even secondary school. It's a game that wouldn't exist these days, probably, and I love it. Despite the dodgy steering wheel controls and graphics that make a PlayStation 1 look like an Xbox One X, it's still fantastic. Sometimes it's about gameplay. Sometimes it's about the gameplay. Anyway, enough of that. I'd just like to shout out Derek Sands as he sends... as he sends a speak pipe in every week, nearly. I had around 5 goes at last week's speak pipe before I got the final result. So Derek is a very dedicated person for doing all that.
Very dedicated.
He is.
And we love him.
So I know. So now it's time for the big question Also, Chinny, this isn't a juicy topic. This is a
Okay.
big question.
Big question.
Don't take away the only unique thing that I have. What do you think is the best year in gaming ever? Might have asked that before, but whatever.
Skyrim came out.
That's so you think 2011 is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you think the year that Deus Ex Human Revolution was the best year?
Yeah, just because of one game. Is that what you're saying?
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Good.
I would say
Back game. Like, well, it's not just any game.
I would say that there's 3 years that stick out for me. 3. 2001. Oh no.
So what came out that year that was so good?
Halo.
Uh,
And that's about it.
Yeah.
2004.
right. Okay.
That was San Andreas and Halo 2. 2007, which was Mass Effect, Orange Box, Halo 3, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, Fallout 3 is 2008. A lot of good shit.
Yeah, I would
in
kind of agree, and
2007.
I also think that was the first time that we saw the real potential of the Xbox 360.
2007 was the year
Yeah.
of that generation, really, when
That's a
everything.
good
Yeah.
point. On the other hand, in 2011, Skyrim came out.
Skyrim did come out. And another reason is 2010, Red Dead came out. So, you know.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
I agree.
interesting
I think
thing.
that's a good shout.
Marshy said to me today when we was playing Tanuka and I beat him 4-0, but that he was listening to our games of the noughties, right?
Yeah.
And what he's been doing is he's going through every year in the noughties and been making top 5s of every year.
Wow. It's hardcore.
That's hardcore, isn't it?
It is.
And I said to him, I bet I can guess some of the games. I bet they're weird.
So has he been doing
fucking-
that since we did that?
Yeah, I said,
Ah,
I
right.
bet some of the games are weird fucking military simulation, realistic simulation military shooters. And he was like, yep, there's a lot of those. He loves those games.
Armor 2, Armor
I don't know if
3.
he's getting to Armor, but he's like Operation Flashpoint. He loves
Oh,
it.
Is he an
I
insurgent?
love Armor.
He doesn't have a PC because he doesn't have anywhere for it because he's got kids and his kids are hugging everything. So
Yeah.
Very
Mhm.
good. Very good. It looks pretty good, by the way, this Land Rover off-road thing.
No, it doesn't.
It does. It looks great. You leave him alone. It looks
It
good.
boring as fuck.
It looks real good.
I
Anyway,
remember
that's all
falling.
from
Remember
me.
Colin McRae's Dirt? Remember that game?
I do.
That I fell asleep playing that game. So
That's
boring.
funny. That's funny. Right. Anyway, he finishes off. Anyway, that's all from me. Bye for now, Lewis.
Bye, Lewis.
Hi, Lewis. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Good
thanks,
luck in your
Lewis.
mock exams.
Yeah.
Stay in school.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right. Let's do some shout outs and get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Why not? That's a good idea.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
Shout out. Right. Okay. We'll come to Duke first this week.
Yeah. I want to shout out Graham, aka Darian Gray. So good screen name, by the way. Literary. Love it. And yeah, he added me on Steam, and I was like, hey, this guy's adding me on Steam. And the reason he did is because he wanted some of them there game codes since he caught up with our shows recently. And yeah, so I gave him some game codes, and he was like, wow, thanks. You guys have been entertaining me for many years. And I was like, I think you have the wrong person here, but whatever. I appreciate that. And yeah, so thanks to him. And if anybody wants other game codes, I still have some. And all you got to do is holler at me, Duke Scath, on Steam, and I will hook you up with a game code or two for 8-Bit Commando and Collisions and Super Chains, which are all great games from 2D Engine, which is a good developer.
Hey.
So yeah, yeah. And I will shout out the Duchess because she's doing very well in her campaign for City Council. And yeah.
So is she going to be introducing guns at your school then? You know, get you well armed.
Not really her thing, but yeah, she's got the election's next Tuesday. So the next time you hear me, we'll be gearing up
Exciting.
well, it's the primary, I should say, is next Tuesday. But
Ugh, they have all these weird stages, don't they? I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. Ugh.
sorry.
Stupid idea. Right, Ginny, over to you.
A shout out to Pete Weaver. You may remember Pete. He was the guy who says, "Hey, do you want T-shirts?"
Oh,
we,
yes.
And I said, absolutely, because I'm a cheap whore. And he called us out on it, and he sent us a message on Facebook.com saying, hey, where do you want them?
Where to?
Wow.
And I said, here. And he's sending
You see,
them.
you're terrible because I bet you didn't even say, "Oh, send one to Stu here and send one to me here," did you?
You, Stuart, they're gonna get stolen.
Yeah. Well, the other thing as well is like I don't think you want us to give our address out to people. Like
Really?
I'm sure Pete
123 North Street.
I'm sure
he's going to
Peter's a
turn up on
lovely
your
man,
doorstep.
But to give your home address out is a little.
I listen to you on the podcast.
It's a little dangerous. So I've told him to send them to my work, which is.
I see what you did there.
So I'm guessing. I mean, I can give him your address if you want to.
No. Thinking about
there
it, it's
you go.
probably a
So
bad
shut the fuck
idea.
up.
No, it
Look,
probably is. I'm sure he's fine.
I'm sure Pete's a lovely man and not a serial killer, but just in case he
Just in case he is.
then he'll just turn up at my work and kill me instead of my home.
Well, which will be fine. There's security there, so it's not as bad.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, thank you to you, Pete. That's my shout out. Shout out to Marsh, my best friend, who he's listening now, which is weird. Do something. I don't know. Listen to something. Like, what do you want to listen to me for? What are you doing?
Get out there and listen to other things.
Yeah,
There's a whole-
other things.
Jesus.
Thanks. Done.
That's it. Right, okay. I'm going to shout out, obviously, the neighbour for throwing my coat in the bin. Thanks for that. Not that he's ever going to listen, so that's all good.
No one will ever wear this. He nicked it off a homeless man.
Who would wear this coat? I'll throw it in the bin.
He must have stole this coat from some sort of other bin.
From the bin. And I'm going to do the general shout out everybody who's contributed this week with the juicy questions and topics and big questions.
We need more topics.
Shit.
We need to back them up.
Yeah, emails. Everyone who sent a nice email.
If you're listening to the show and you're like, I fucking want to ask them this because they're a bunch of fucking pricks, then just send it in.
And let's be honest, it wouldn't be the show it was without all that interaction. So it's very much welcomed, and we do really appreciate everybody who, takes the time and puts the effort in. I do.
Most people, not everybody, but a lot of people.
Do we though?
Yeah. So thanks ever so much to everybody who takes the time out to do stuff for us and help support the show, because without you, it wouldn't be possible.
Well, you would.
Well, I guess it would, but it wouldn't be. It would be. Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, that's it. I'm done.
Do we though?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, don't forget, by the way, people, don't forget the 13th. Put it in your diary and get
13th of April, not the 13th of any month.
Burry, get a black pulled it, Burry.
See us sometime, big spender.
Yeah.
All right.
Done here.
That's it. We're done.
Cool.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Instead, sitting at home, watch TV, learning how to go good to me. Why don't you?
There you go.
That's
go,
it.
Go.
Away and stop listening.
Yeah, go. I don't know why I keep saying that.
Go.
Yeah.
Go.
Go.
That's it.
Go.
Stopped.
Go.
Desktop. VG, what is the thing?
475, not 74. Whatever you said before, 725.
Yeah.
There you go.
The name of the episode is PlayStation Bush.
PlayStation Bush.
PlayStation
There you go.
Bush.
I like it. It's a good title.
PlayStation
Bush. PlayStation Bushy Bush.
Right. Okay, guys.
Bush,
well,
you don't want to stick around for this?
I probably won't, but I should.
You don't want to stick around for me and Stu playing same PlayStation Bush?
Yeah, bushy.
Have a good week, guys.
Bye, Bushy.
You know what? Here's the thing. I do take into account
a big
the fact
bush.
that I don't like being.
Can I ask you, Jude?
Hold on, he's talking.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm going to play something by next week to talk about, so I don't want to just come on and go, hey, Rocket League.
Oh yeah, but I noticed
Okay.
like you didn't do it this week, but I noticed most weeks you make an effort to play something.
I do. Most weeks.
You do. But before you go, I have got a
It's gonna
serious.
be Red Dead, but anyway, what were you going to ask me? Stu?
I've got a serious question for you.
Go ahead.
Do you like a big bush?
And he's gone.
Just wondered. Had to be done. Right, Chinarchan.
Yeah.
Chinfest, man.
Gymfest.
Chinny Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who's he got playing then? Are we going to get some Arctic
Some gigs.
Monkeys?
No.
Do you know what he should get? He should get all these tribute bands. You know, who pretend to be other bands.
Yeah. That's
He
true.
should get the Fartic Monkeys.
Yeah.
That's what you should try and do. Get some of those. They'd be funny.
I
And good.
was-
Yeah, some of them are quite good.
We're still streaming, so I said goodbye to the stream.
The Pone Roses.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.